It's the internet.
I heard there are people on that.
Yeah, typically.
No.
Yeah, that's how we interact now. That's how it works.
People? I don't know if I would categorize them as people. I mean, hello, internet. How are you? I didn't see you there.
Rhodes, I'm going into the office on Tuesday for the first time being in an office since last March.
Oh.
I went to the DMV this
Ooh.
week.
That was an experience.
Ooh.
My deepest condolences.
I think I'd break out in hives.
Actually, okay, tangent. Because Illinois makes you make an appointment right now, I got in and out so fast. Like, it was actually a better DMV experience than I think I've ever had.
Nice.
As opposed to just sitting there and being like, okay, I'll sit here for 2 hours and hope you let me come up there.
Dang.
Yeah, they did that with ours too, but yet somehow I still sat there for like about 45 minutes past my appointment.
The comparison between the DMV we used to go to and the DMV I go to now, I could consistently, even before pandemic, I would consistently be in and out of the current DMV before I would ever get inside the old DMV. Yeah. Like, line outside.
I had to go down to work today, actually. And there was nobody on campus, and I wouldn't be upset if it stayed that way.
I know. So far, so we use a app to sign in and make sure, like, check in and tell them when we're going to be in the office. And so far, only me and one other person are going to be in the office on Tuesday.
Yeah. That probably won't be too bad. I like working from home, but at the same time, I miss the routine of going to the office.
Yeah.
Just the variance to my day.
I'm very excited.
Walking.
That's the thing. I'm really excited.
At home, I'm basically just a lump.
Yeah.
The whole day.
I'm excited to be out of the house and actually, like, I get to ride the train. It's gonna be like going to school. I already have my outfit picked out. It's like a field trip.
You commute to work. You're like an adult.
Like a fucking adult.
Like that first day of your adult job. Yeah. And you're like, I'm gonna get dressed and I have this whole thing, and then there's a year's worth of pandemic.
Yep, pretty much.
And I have to fish out things that don't have stretchy waistbands.
Pretty much, that's exactly
today it was like, where are those pants that I wore like a year ago?
I was like, how do you dress for an office now? All of the clothes I've bought in the past year have been tank tops and leggings.
Yes, same.
You gotta find those old pants, and you better hope those old pants fit.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
But hey, I saw a tree filled with cicadas, so that was an experience that I wouldn't like to repeat.
They look like something that you would fight in D&D.
That's because they are something. They're dinosaurs.
Well, you've spoiled the whole game now.
Cicada infestation.
Oh, God.
Please clear the cicada infestation.
Oh, that'd be so good. I'm writing that down. That'd be fun.
Yeah, that actually isn't a terrible idea. Kind of like that.
That actually sounds like a lot of fun, and I'm sure we could find a really good monster for that, and just do swarms.
I'm sure. You know what? Just homebrew it. Take a picture of the stuff that Courtney got from the tree.
Oh yeah.
It's got like the lovely, really lovely, like the bright red devil eyes.
See, it seemed like we were going off on a tangent, but really it was all leading to D&D.
As it always does in Nerdhouse.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair.
My existence.
That's
so on that note, yes. So welcome to Decisions and Dragons. I'm not Joseph, as you probably figured out.
Wait, what?
Right?
You've been lied to.
We look so much alike.
You totally do.
He has gotten his mutant shot number 2 and is feeling under the weather. Though that's the word. So you're stuck with me.
It's fine.
Sorry.
It's upgrading his chip from 4G to 5G.
Right.
To get better internet and phone service afterwards. Mine's
right, which only helps D&D.
It's true.
Yep. So tonight we're gonna have another interlude. And tonight our group I don't know if heroes is the correct term, group, will be visiting Murderer's Fjord, which that name sounds pretty harsh, but it's actually a pretty nice place. Murderer's Fjord, say that 10 times fast, is a pirate settlement that essentially exists between two major port towns. And instead of, dealing with smuggling through ports, the decision was made, well, let's just build our own floating city in the neutral river in between the two towns. And fuck their system. And after decades of time, what happened to be like a little pirate port has turned into sort of a safe haven for, yes, there's some criminals there, it's fair, but also just general people who don't feel like living under the thumb of the government, your anarchists and the like. And it's all kind of come together to form this weird society living on floating islands in the river, where everyone seems to actually, well, get along is not the right word, but it is oddly peaceful because even though there's no police system, do you want to rob the pirate group and see what happens? No, you don't. So despite the name, it's actually a pretty nice place to live. And so our ragtag group, if they would like to introduce their characters, we'll get started from there. I'll make Dustin go first because he's the first that I see on the list.
Sure, I'll go first. I am. What's my name? I am Henward Silver-Eyed Chester. I am a human artificer, level 5, and I specialize in blowing things up. I am an artillerist. So I have served on a few ships in my day. My last time at sea, I was the crew's master gunner, manning the cannons and, as I said, blowing shit up. I am joined by my faithful companion, Fish. He is a clockwork flying ferret. He's essentially a ferret with wings. That I built, and he is an extra set of hands when I need him. And he sits on my shoulder.
Because you're a pirate.
Because I'm a pirate. I don't know if you knew this about me.
All right. The other Hughes want to go next?
Sure. I am Current, a Water Ganassi warlock of the Fathomless. Current has been a sailor / pirate for pretty much most of her life, on the high seas or otherwise, never straying too far from the coast. Her patronage began quite like many who devote themselves to the Fathomless, a shipwreck and a prayer for her life to be saved. Also coexisting with her finding a rather priceless artifact that hangs around her neck. She's kind of the closest thing the group has to muscle without being the muscle, I guess. But she is known to get everyone out of a sticky situation once or twice, with some of her better teleportation skills. And if she can't physically get them out, if she can't talk her way out of a situation, it's always typically the skills that she falls back on.
All right. Court, you want to go next?
Sure. I'm Iris. I don't really know what I'm doing here, but, you know, there were all these ships in the harbor, and they were just so cool, and I snuck onto one to see what I could find, and it left before I could get off. And so I hid for a while, and I don't know who any of these people are, and they're kind of weird, but I don't know. They're growing on me, and they didn't throw me overboard because I can play music, and it keeps them entertained at night, at least, while they're playing cards and drinking their rums. And sometimes I can convince people of things, I'm pretty good at that. So they let me stick around, but it's not so bad here, but it would be nice to go home someday.
Rums.
I just love the
Excellent.
rums. They're drinking their rums. As one does.
Oh, and if you hear the clapping, don't be scared. It's just me. It's my hooves, because I'm a satyr.
Just my hooves.
Just my hooves.
Totally normal.
As long as the clopping is in time with the music.
Well, yeah.
That's just rude to suggest otherwise.
Just saying.
All right. And best for last.
I am Gail, a Water Ganassi cleric. I generally try to keep these guys alive, and have spent pretty much most of my life jumping from ship to ship, helping keep the, well, I would say peace, but not entirely. Helping to keep everybody safe, healthy, disease free, because that pirate life, it's a little rough. Did some marriages. Rest of the time, mostly just make sure that the ships go. I'm a Tempest cleric, so have a lot of fun outdoors. Mostly just like to kind of flit from place to place. Not a huge fan of the settlements. Feel like they're getting a little too big, a little too organized. Fish are starting to go away, killing the coral. So I came over here. Figure I could do a little bit more, maybe keep the balance a bit better.
All right. So this ragtag group has, for whatever reason, found themselves, even if accidentally, stowing away on a ship. You've completed your last, we'll say, contract on the ship that you were working on, which is the ship that Iris had unintentionally stowed away on. And so you are currently at the fjord and open to possibilities. Maybe there's a job, another crew you can join temporarily, or something else happen in the area. But for now, there's nothing on your docket, and the day is yours. Where would you guys like to go?
So,
I am going to, assuming that there's some kind of tavern or watering hole of some kind, um, at the nearest docks. See if there's anything to do, anything good to drink.
You step into the town. And after taking a few steps after the ship and kind of looking around, you realize that at least 50% of the buildings that you see are bars. You
That
hear
makes sense.
lots of music, lots of yelling and screaming. You're pretty sure there's at least 2 fights happening, and that's just on the one floating island that you are on right now. God knows what's happening on any of the others. But the first bar, one that you wouldn't call it the nicest, but it is a rather large establishment. The
I'm not
building is
looking for the nicest.
Yeah. The building's kind of rickety, but after looking around, you realize all the buildings are kind of rickety. Like, there's no building codes or any of that. Everyone just kind of shows up and does their own thing. There's no rhyme or reason. It certainly doesn't look like a pretty suburban neighborhood where all the houses look the same. But there's a big building right off the end that you're like, oh, it's definitely a bar because, yeah, there's a fight happening in the corner. But yeah, there's drink. So you can go ahead and step inside.
I will
And you
do just that.
All right. And you find yourself at it's called Barham House, as you can see written on a sign at the top that it's usually you would see a sign, it might have like a cool symbol or something like that. This is literally someone took a piece of driftwood and wrote on it the name of the establishment and then stuck it over the door.
Excellent.
Done. Advertising complete. And you step inside and find, again, not the nicest place, but there is a small fireplace going. It is like late afternoon, maybe you're like 3 o'clock-ish, but there's a nice breeze that comes off the water that the fireplace does bring a nice warmth to the room that is appreciated. There's smattering of tables, mishmash tables that aren't a set. Some of the tables you can tell that the leg definitely got knocked off in a bar fight at some point in time, and then someone just kind of like took some nails and just nailed it back together again, and then just put the table back and hey,
Yes, ma'am.
it's a table. Chairs look in similar state. Definitely have seen some bar fights, but there is a barman behind the station slinging drinks around. You see him take a hearty sip himself of his own lager and is chatting away.
Um, excuse
Bless
me.
you.
Bless you.
I will. Am I by myself?
No, I followed.
Okay.
Follow because I have no idea where I would go here.
I wait till she's.
Can I follow you?
I wait till she's gone ahead, and then I'll bring up the rear.
I imagine it's kind of like, oh, I should go with her. She needs help.
It's more like just that sense of like, oh, someone should probably keep an eye on the newbie
Mhm.
in this place. Point out, that's a fight, that's a fight. That's actually not a fight. That is kind of a fight, kind of it's morphing into something else.
And those two are enjoying each other's company so much it only looks like a fight.
Yes, exactly. You do have to,
Oh.
it's one of those
I've heard of those people before. They break things. Do you think that's how the table leg got broken?
probably.
Do you think that this bar is called Barham because here be rum?
And from the table next to, like, as you guys are walking by, from the table next to you, you just hear someone go,
I walk up to the bar, and get the barman's attention. Just say, round of ales.
all right.
And then glance behind me, seeing that everybody followed me in. 4 pints.
All right. What you looking for exactly? You looking for the good stuff, and he gestures towards one of the
No.
kegs there. Okay, that's what I thought. Nobody orders the good stuff. And just turns around and grabs you guys your 4 drinks, slaps them down. That'll be I don't know. Should probably know what my own drinks cost. How many of these have I had
grab the
today?
glasses and walk away.
I'll find them later.
You
You
know,
can't
sir,
hide
if you
around
write
here.
it down, then you don't have to remember. And you can drink as many of those as you want. I mean,
I
you
wrote
could
it
still do
down
that.
once. I
You
don't
should
know
write it
where
on
I
the
wrote
wall.
it.
I turn to the satyr and just say, "Shut up, kid."
That was rude. Is
Good
he
point.
always that rude?
Just yank her this way.
I like you. Your drink's free. He's got to pay for 2. He says as you guys walk away.
I hear this and think to myself, "That's still 4 drinks, you idiot."
Of course, 4 times 0 is still 0.
Yeah, I haven't paid for anything yet.
You guys meander off, and there's an empty table. Again, it's not late yet. Not all the ships have hit the docks. You did see some other ships unloading, so you know it's probably going to get a little crazier later. But still early enough that you guys can very easily find a table and get seated. You do see, kind of looking around and getting a closer eye at everything. You see a card game happening in the corner. That's one of those situations that Gail points out that's like, that might be a fight. Like, 50% chance.
That'll be a fight in about 20 minutes.
Yeah.
There are some people in the corner, again, having too good a time in public. They should probably get a room.
Also could be a fight in about 20 minutes.
Also could be. We really hope that her boyfriend doesn't show up. But overall, it seems like it's a pretty chill place for a pirate bar in a pirate town. Nothing you don't expect for the bulk of you being somewhat accustomed to being on ships. Maybe Iris not so much. And as you sit down and start getting comfortable, you notice a couple other people come in, but you notice one of them pause at the door, look around, then make a beeline directly for you guys.
Incoming.
Do we owe somebody money?
Do I recognize this individual? Somebody that we may have sailed with, perhaps?
Make me a religion or history check.
Religion or history? 2 things that I am equally good at.
Equally good or equally bad?
Kind of good, actually.
Okay.
Not when I roll a 2, though.
Ooh.
So that's 6, and I guess I rolled history.
You do not know or recognize this person at all. He's a plumper gentleman, but very nicely dressed. Like, he doesn't really look like he belongs. But he doesn't walk that way. He walks with, like, there's a lot of purpose in his walk. He's obviously, like, directly staring at you guys. He's got, like, this really big, fancy hat with, like, peacock feathers coming out of it. Not a pirate's hat, even. Just a really big, fancy, like, almost church hat with peacock feathers. Yeah. Southern black lady church hat with peacock feathers coming out of it. In his way too fancy clothes. And he heads over to you guys and he says, "Excellent. I think that 75.2% will do. That's the best I'm going to get here. I require your assistance.
And you are?
He looks around. Clysil?
Do we recognize the name?
You got a last name?
I will give it to you. You don't have to roll for it. You do not recognize the name.
Okay.
He's like, Clysil, the demigod of probability? No.
Not today, apparently.
Okay. Well, there was only a 42.3% chance that you were going to know who I was. That's fine. That's not why I came over here. You see, I need your assistance in walking around. You guys have the best chance of being able to help me out before my aunt finds out what I did.
What chance would that be? Numerically speaking.
Oh, about 75%. But everyone else I've come across, it's been in the 40s or 50s, so it's way better odds for you guys. Way better. And of course, I would make it worth your while. I happen to have a certain few magical artifacts that I'd be willing to trade in exchange for assistance. Again, I have to make sure that I get this back before my aunt finds out. And
Can
you
I
don't want to
roll-
mess with her.
Can I roll insight to see if this dude's full of shit?
Sure.
And who's your aunt?
Lady Luck?
That is a 12.
He seems very honest. Obviously a weird guy, but he seems honest that he firmly believes that you are the best probable case of him being able to achieve his goal.
And he really thinks he is who he said he is?
For sure.
Okay.
Does he give off like a smell of like liquor or like other illicit substances that may give off a, you know?
Yes. But no more than everybody else in this bar?
That's fair.
Mhm.
Okay.
And he's kind of a big guy.
He's a little bit on the huskier side. Yeah. Yeah, he's definitely not a
He doesn't look like
adventurer.
a lightweight.
No, he doesn't look like a lightweight. He also doesn't look like he lifts weights. Any of that.
Okay.
No. She says, yes, my aunt is Lady Luck. You see, okay, so last night I was here with a couple of my friends. We were celebrating that my other friend, the demigod of poetry, had come up with a new form of poetry, and it was going to be great.
Of
Bards the
course.
world over are going to love it, I promise.
Oh,
But
really? I'm somewhat of a bard. Would I know your friend?
oh, wow, he already left. He'd be really excited that somebody actually wanted to know. Yeah, it's Corgel, the demigod of poetry.
Well, I'm sure that I'll like whatever he comes up with, but I'm not a pirate. You should know that. I'm just with these people because I got stuck on their ship. But
You stowed away on our ship.
you left before I could get off. That wasn't my fault.
You climbed on the ship.
We didn't put you there. You shouldn't have been there in the first place.
I just wanted a pirate flag for my bedroom. I thought it would be really cool.
Yeah. I hate to break it to you, but after that and this upcoming adventure, it's about an 85% chance that you're going to be a pirate.
Really?
You'll probably get the flag, though.
So what are the chances you telling us what this job is?
Well, as I was saying, we were celebrating my friend's great achievement, and I thought that it might just kind of liven the party up a bit if I borrowed my aunt's eyes. You see, they're when you take them, they become dice. And when you roll them, interesting things happen. I thought it just might liven it up, and I can usually tell what's going to happen with, like 32% accuracy. So I thought I could handle it. Well, I don't know where they are now. And if there's someone you don't want to cross, it's the goddess Timora, Lady Luck. You don't want to do that. So I'd really like to get them back. And as I said, you guys are my best chance in this entire town.
What is it you have to trade?
Oh, well, you see, I have. I mean, he kind of like pauses. You can tell he's trying to like search for the right way to phrase it. Well, okay, it's gonna sound weird, but give me a moment. It's chalk, but it's been imbued with magical properties that when you write certain symbols with them, you create magical effects. No innate magical casting ability even necessary.
What else you got?
I mean, these are pretty rare. Nobody else has them.
What's it create? What kind of things?
Oh, well, I have a few different. There's some that do your basic, creating fire, creating ice, creating water. I have one that will create vines that can come up and wrap your enemy or anything of that nature. That one's pretty cool. And then he kind of like looks in his pocket to see what else is there. Oh yeah, this one creates storm clouds. This one creates your own little portable swamp area.
I turn to the
No.
group and say, "Ooh, portable swamp."
Silver Eye be nice.
I'm telling you, nobody else has these. You would be, they're practically one of a kind. Practically.
Did you steal those too, like you stole the dice?
I didn't steal the dice. I borrowed them
I'm gonna roll
Does she
insight
know?
on that.
and misplaced them.
Does she know you borrowed them?
Well, no, I was gonna put them back before she realized that. But no,
Did you
I
ask
did not.
first?
I didn't want to bother her. She's very busy.
It's only borrowing if the other person knows that it's happening. So you stole them and then you lost them and now you want us to clean up your mess and find them. Is that right?
That's one way of phrasing it, yes.
Can I
Yes.
have your hat?
Current is dying, like sitting in her chair, just like dying.
Just letting
Well,
it
and
happen. Like,
and it-
yes, this is exactly what we needed after being out on the ocean.
And Silver Eye's feet are up on the table.
Yep.
He's leaning back in his chair. At this point, he's enjoying his show.
Yeah. It's like, oh yeah, we're gonna let this go. We're gonna let this go out of it.
Well, I mean, I suppose I could throw the hat in on top of the magical chalk after the job is done. Yes.
Does it do anything?
Oh no, it just looks great. And he like puffs the feathers, like make sure they're nice and poofy and perfect.
That seems like kind of a waste if it doesn't do anything. I mean, you could like make it so you could go invisible and do other stuff. But I guess if you went invisible, you'd probably have more cost to steal things like your aunt's dice. It's probably not a good idea.
And he just kind of pauses
I
and then
put-
looks at everyone else. So, what do you guys think?
I put my feet down and lean on the
push a
table.
drink over.
Um,
Here, have this. Get
and
started down the path.
I put my feet down off the table and lean on the table. and say half up front plus our bar tab and half when the job is done.
Well, I suppose that's fine. All right, fine. Yes. As I said, you're my best chance. No one else has come through. That would be better odds. So that certainly seems worth it. And he pulls out, he kind of reaches into his pocket and pulls out, let's see. He pulls out a red, small little piece of chalk, as well as a yellow one and a blue one as well from one pocket, and then kind of pauses and reaches into the other pocket and pulls out a like dark, swampy green one, and says, "Okay, one for each of you for now, and you'll each get another one when we're done. This one," he points to the green, "is the portable swamp," and he puts it directly in front of Silver Eye. This one creates a magical fire, and he puts the, and he kind of like looks, and he puts that one in front of Iris. Figures the water
What's that
genasi
one?
probably don't want it.
What's
That's
the yellow
magical. It's a red one that makes the fire. And then the yellow one, he'll move towards Current and say, "This one actually has the ability to summon like a magical sunlight."
Convenient.
Mhm. And he puts the last one in front of Gale and says, "This one creates a we'll call them almost like ice knives, projectile ice that you can create."
What color was that one?
I don't remember the fourth color I said.
Blue.
Blue.
Was it the blue one? Good. Good instincts, me, to make sure I remembered correctly. I was like, did I say the blue or did I say the purple? Either one, the color still works.
It's good. It's good. What about the hat?
That's after everything's done. Of course. That's the pièce de résistance.
So, where were you when you lost the dice?
Also a very good question. We kind of did a little bar hopping last night while we were partying, but there is a good, and he kind of like pauses for a second, 68.4% chance that it's at our first bar.
Which is
The Red Purse. It is one of the small islands over, but shouldn't take us long to get there. You ready?
Do we recognize, like, do we know the Red Purse? Is this a bar we would have heard of?
The three pirates, you've probably come through this area before. It's a very common port stop for pirate ships. So you've probably heard of it. Again, this set of chain of islands is like 50% bars, so you're not 100% certain if you've been to this one, but it legit, like, it's like,
It
sounds like a bar that would be here, and you may have been drunk one night and been there, so seems legit.
I vaguely remember a bar with like a color and some kind of article of clothing.
Yeah. Was it the purple skirt? The red purse?
Purple scarf, I think.
That sounds legit. Close enough.
Yeah. I assume we finish up our round and then...
Yes. as
You know?
soon as possible.
Who are you playing with anyway? Like, were you just playing with you and your friends and you lost your dice, or what? Like,
Also a great question. It was a really good party last night. I remember having a good time. Don't remember all that went into us having a good time. Which really just means I had a great time.
He's not wrong.
that's fair.
But yes, the sooner you're ready to go, the better. The longer we sit here. I mean, pretty much every minute decreases the odds by about 0.5%, so the sooner the better. And you kind of see him, like, check around, like...
Then I will stand up, chug whatever is left in my glass, and then say, then you should probably settle up our tab then.
Excellent. And he reaches in, pulls out 5 silver and throws it down. He doesn't actually ask the barman if that's the right amount, but seems legit.
It's more than he was gonna get anyway.
He plops it down on the table and jumps right up and says, well, follow me this way to the red purse. And he heads towards the door.
And we follow. I
Do
assume.
you think we can get him to buy us drinks at each bar?
Our own bar hop? Devious.
I'm just saying.
I like it.
I turn to the 2 water ganassi and say, you two, I like you.
At least shots.
This is gonna go.
As we're
so
walking, I
well.
start playing on my lute, like little sea shanties, and just kind of like singing them as they walk from bar to bar.
He leads you, as he said, you're on kind of like the biggest island closest to the sea right now, which is where most ships end up making port. And he leads you over to kind of that middle-ish island.
A real tiny one.
Yeah, the real tiny one in the middle only has a few smaller buildings. And then I did make the map a handout for you guys as well. So if we switch, you'll still be able to see without having to switch back and forth.
Sweet.
Excellent.
So he leads you over there to one of the buildings. The other one looked like, all right, it's a pirate bar. That's fine. Like, this looks like a nice enough place. This other one is not as great. Which is saying something for a pirate settlement. This one looks like it just recently, like the building itself, got into its own bar brawl with another bar and lost.
Of all the places.
Yeah. There's a window that has a crack in it that if you analyze the pattern, you're pretty sure it's from like a skull and then kind of radiates out like that. The outside, even like the walls look like there have even been fights and like there's scorch marks and some scratches of probably where swords nicked it during fights outside. But, it's still standing.
So it's
That's
a bar.
something. It's a bar, yeah. And you walk in, and this one it's a lot smaller, but it's got a lot of activity going. But this one looks like it's not necessarily as many of the we'll say the other one was a more eclectic mix. This is definitely a bunch of straight up pirates just drinking away. Doing some... It looks like there's more shady things that happen here. The other ones, you're like, introduction to the town. Now you're in the bad part of town now.
Oh,
Excellent.
And as soon as you guys open the door, everyone kind of glances over and they go back to their own business. But as soon as Kai Sill steps through, the entire bar stops everything they're doing and glares daggers at him. And the barmaid behind the counter says, Nope. Out. I don't think so. Not again. Get out. Get out.
You certainly made an impression.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just look at him and chuckle. Say, you heard the lady.
You the
Sure,
one that
it'll-
made the bar look like this? Did you make the crack in the window? Was it his fault,
No.
ma'am?
Well, I think the crack might have been there before, so I won't blame him for that one. But he needs to get the hell out of my bar. And he just kind of goes, no, please, it's fine. I will be in and out as soon as possible. You won't, quiet as a church mouse. You won't even know I'm here. And he starts to step inside. She kind of just does one of these. She goes, all right, God help you. Because I'm not anymore. I tried. And
You
she
should
just,
apologize for whatever you did.
What did you do?
I don't know. This was the first bar. I definitely don't remember the first one. He says, but I'm sure it'll be totally fine.
I turned to the barmaid. So what'd he do? And I say it with just a big shit-eating grin.
He was dicking around with some sort of dice. I don't know. And all of a sudden, everyone in the bar started to get this ringing in their ears. And they just got really angry. And then I had 2 tables break because angry pirates are not a good thing. Everyone started blaming each other. You and your group started this. No, you started this. This must be something you did. I just got the place cleaned up this morning. Just got it cleaned up. And she goes back to just cleaning down the bar, and someone in the corner yells, yeah, my head still hurts, and not in the good way.
I just say, so how'd you know it was him?
Oh, well, he's the one that had the dice. He kept talking about how they had special magical properties and anything could happen. It's a roll of the dice, he kept saying. What are the odds, he kept saying.
I just
I'm
turned
just
to
so
him.
drunk
Well, you of all people should have known that.
And I look at him and I just say, you were so drunk you didn't know the odds? He stole the dice, you know.
I'm sure I knew the odds at that point. It's part of the showmanship. Come on. Don't you understand showmanship? Jeez.
Yeah, but you don't seem very good at it.
He just kind of like face drops.
The best part of the show is that it makes a night to remember, and you think your night was good because you don't remember. And now this bar looks like this, so I kind of don't think it could have been a very good night for you. Probably why you're in trouble because you lost the dice because you did bad stuff with them.
I'm sure it was a night for everyone to remember. Isn't that right, guys? And everyone in the bar just glares at him. No backup here.
All right, guys.
I just lean in real close and say, you keep saying shit like that, they're gonna draw swords. And I'm going to take a step away from you.
They wouldn't. There's only
What
a
are the odds?
Take a few steps back.
63.7%.
I take a step back and say, now what are they?
And he glances around and he realizes that everybody around, like everybody in the bar, realizes that he probably doesn't have backup. I guess, well, now they're 87%, so I'd really appreciate it if you stood closer to me. And he kind of like tries to walk closer to you. And like almost like a lost puppy is gonna like follow you around and like hold on to you.
Um,
I'm gonna sidle up next to the bar. Next to the barmaid. And kind of ignoring what is going on behind me at this point. as a lost cause. I'll look at her and I'll say, listen, we're just trying to get his dice back. This drunk idiot lost them. Where was he sitting?
Jeez. I think he was at that table over there. He moved around at some point, kept trying to roll the dice with multiple people,
Of course he
but
did.
he and his friend had started that one. And she points to the table that's kind of sitting between the fireplace and the doorway. Small two-person table where he and his friend probably started off. Makes sense.
Sure. Did you happen to see any dice while you were cleaning?
Can't say I saw any dice. No, I'm pretty sure if I saw those things, I'd have burned them immediately.
Probably a good thing you
Uh,
didn't.
can I roll insight on that?
You didn't find anything else? No other trinkets or lost pairs of anything?
Well, I don't really keep a dedicated lost and found.
Sure. No, of course not.
I mean, a couple people may have lost gold or so that fell out their pocket during the fire. It's not my fault. That sounds like a tip.
Absolutely.
But nothing of importance. Just junk out of people's pockets.
18 for insight.
Just being honest. She mostly just seems real tired. And real wary. Like, even though she's talking to you, she's eyeing him and like trying to track his movements and see what he does. And then she also is trying to like almost like watch everybody because she doesn't know what's gonna happen.
That's fair.
And as you guys are talking to the barmaid, you can hear him in the background kind of moving around like, excuse me, and he's like going around people and trying to like have them move out of the way so he can like look in corners and behind things. He's like, excuse me, it's very important. I'm sorry, excuse me. And he's trying to dig through.
Gail, can you help him out? Check that table over there. And I'll point to the one that the barmaid had identified.
Yeah.
The less bothering he does to people, the better.
Yeah. And I'll kind of head off after him and just, is he like crawling on the floor?
Not quite. He's definitely like squatting when necessary. But you also get the impression that like if he sat down, he might not be able to get back up very easily. He's not the most dexterous of people.
And I
Center of gravity is not well put together.
And is the table over where he was sitting last night, is that occupied right now?
There is a gentleman sitting there by himself drinking.
Can I roll maybe perception or something like that to see if there's anybody in the bar that looks more angry than everybody else's general state of being that this guy is here?
Sure.
14?
You look around and like you guys have now been in here for a few minutes. You've talked to the barmaid, and some people have just mostly just kind of put it out of their mind, like whatever, he's here, but I got other things to do. I got a drink in front of me. Everything, it's fine. So for the most part, no one's really paying attention. But there's one gentleman sitting by himself at a small two-person table that is just kind of glaring daggers at him. And you see your friends start to walk in that exact direction.
Yeah, if I see him glaring, I'm gonna hold up a hand for him to kind of stay back, basically. Like, I'll go talk to him. You stay there and don't touch anything.
I think, yeah, there's a 97% chance he was going to punch me in the face. That's fair. That's fair.
Do you know why? Or it just that's you know what? Just stay. Don't increase it to 100. Just stay.
I'll keep looking over here on this side. That's probably yeah.
And I'll head over to the table and take a seat. Look
I'll
over
go
at
with
the guy.
Gail and sit with her. I don't want to be alone in here.
That's so
I don't know where
cute.
you're sitting because it's a 2-person table, but it's cool. She's sitting on me.
I love the idea that you like try to put like each one cheek on the chair.
I know.
Just like, don't leave me alone.
She like went to sit down and just was like, "Where did you even come from?"
Should I get another chair, maybe? You think? Yeah,
You
I
know
should
what?
get another chair. And I just
Oh.
get up and I go grab the nearest free chair and pull it over. Okay, that's better.
The guy sitting at the table is just watching all this, and his expression has changed from glaring to just what the fuck?
Sorry. She's new here in general. So, what did he do to you? I heard something about ringing and drinking and headaches.
Well, I mean, the drinking and the headaches are pretty normal. But, I don't know. He was throwing his dice around, trying to cause all this little magic shit to happen. And it's like she said, all of a sudden, everyone's head just started ringing and pounding. And we all just got real angry. I mean, more so than, yeah, you got it. You got it. And I don't know. All of a sudden, he was just like, I had to punch something. Unfortunately, the closest person to me at the time was my brother, who now won't talk to me and is also the captain of my ship.
Yeah.
So I'm landlocked right now. It's all his fucking fault.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd be pissed. I'd be pissed too. Did your brother punch you back? Or did he punch
Oh,
somebody?
yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. So it's just and during this whole fight, I mean, these things happen. Sometimes people get a little heated. Dice aren't coming up good. Did anybody start wailing on him? I mean, he's not exactly a hard target to hit, I don't think.
No, he skipped right on out as soon as the fighting started. Said something about the odds not being in his favor and ran right on out.
Do you have you said you saw the dice. Did he take them with him?
At that point, I really wasn't paying attention. I'm pretty sure that at that point I had just been punched in the gut, so I can't say I'm entirely sure.
And as he was like, cowardly hauling ass out the door, leaving you guys to beat the shit out of each other. Did you happen to mention where he might be going?
Wasn't paying attention. Probably a good thing I would have followed him out.
That's true. Could have had a mob going down the street.
We haven't had one of those in a while.
Well, let this one around for a while. I'm sure there'll be one.
But yeah.
Thought mobs were bad.
It depends on what the mob is doing.
Depends if you're part of it or if you're being chased by it.
She
What if
really
I'm
is
playing the
new
music?
here.
Then it's a concert, right?
Oh, she's real green.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
She's learning. She's learning. might, she might make a good pirate one
And
day.
from across the bar, you hear, "Aha! I know! I definitely had them. Yes, I did. Because then," and he's looking at he's looking at a hole in the wall where clearly a fist had gone through. He goes, "Yes." Because he's looking at it and you realize that it's head height. And you realize somebody was trying to punch him in the face. And he goes, "Yes, I was standing here, and then I moved and left. Definitely still had the dice. Yep, I definitely did. Yep, this isn't the right one."
On to the next then.
And you hear,
He
sorry,
should
go ahead.
probably pay for a round of drinks before he leaves here. You know.
Or for everybody, there's like 20 people in this bar.
Mm-hmm.
He said he's a demigod. He can probably afford it.
As an apology.
Right.
You should order the good stuff. I heard that it's really expensive.
Yeah. Remember those odds you were talking about of people wanting to punch you?
Mm-hmm.
A round of drinks might actually bring those down a little bit.
That's a mathematically sound proposition. Okay, yes, a round of your house ale, and he says that not ordering the good stuff, because
Is the
for
house
the
ale the
bar.
good stuff? I know that's what he wants, so people aren't mad at him. You should make sure it's the good stuff.
I'm a demigod, not a god. Okay, I don't have that many followers.
But you said your aunt's a lady.
I can't just take her money.
But you took her dice.
I borrowed. They're gonna be
You
returned.
didn't ask. When you don't ask, it's stealing.
So borrow the money.
Yeah.
And he looks in his coin purse. He's like, "Fine, a round of the good stuff." And he, has a very stiff, fake ass smile on his face as the barmaid just kind of goes, "All right," and she starts pouring them up. She does set down the first few in front of you guys. She does not pour one for him. But everybody else starts to file up, grab their drinks, and they are all toasting and cheersing. Nobody thanks him though. They're just taking their drinks. But you see him get slightly less tense, and he's like, "Okay." And once the people have it, he's like, "Okay. Yeah, probably now it's only 42% chance that I'll get hit. It's good."
I take mine and I go over to that guy that punched his brother and I go, "Here, you can have my good stuff. I don't like it when it makes my head hurt." And I just leave mine in front of him. And then I skip out.
Oh, we have some lessons that we're gonna have to learn.
Big time.
And he's just kind of as you're skipping, I was like,
lesser
"But it's..."
restoration for that bullshit.
He's like, "But it's supposed to make your head hurt." I don't know. The guy's got two double fisted it. He ain't gonna fight you on it. And as you guys go ahead and finish off your drinks, I assume relatively quickly, considering now one of your lamb might get lost.
Literally.
Yep.
Current downs her drink, and as she sets the glass on the bar, she gives the barmaid a little wink, a little flirty wink, and then heads out.
You get one in return, yes, of course.
I'm
Outside,
just standing outside and I'm playing as people walk by. Just playing. See if anybody will stop and dance or whatever.
all right, and you've got Clysil standing there next to you, and every time somebody looks like they might stop and listen and get happy, they see him and then just kind of keep on walking.
I rolled a Miss Jackson for performance on that. And so he was really bad if he
Roll it again for me.
Oh no.
Oh god. Oh, that was a 2, so 9.
Oh no.
The
That's
first
it.
one was better.
That's not good.
Roll me a religion or arcana check. As you're kind of realizing, like,
God.
why isn't anybody like, what is happening here? I'm better than this.
6.
You're not quite sure what's going on, but it seems like there's something about him that seems to almost be harming your abilities. Like, you're not as good as you know you should be. Like, usually the song you're playing you know really well, but you can feel yourself like strum the wrong, I don't play a fucking instrument, do the wrong thing.
You are inexplicably off key.
Yes.
Somehow your instrument is no longer tuned.
Right. But it was fine before he showed up.
Probably because I had that drink at the other bar. I just stopped playing and I put it on my back.
We're gonna have to get your tolerance up.
I start shuffling dude out of the place and just say, "All right, Slick, remember where you were next?"
He goes, I am 73% sure that it was the Merry Hellhound next. That's a pretty good place.
A good one. That's such a good one.
And
Awesome.
he goes, yeah, it had to have been there. And he kind of takes off and he leads you from, you guys are on the small island, and he actually takes you, what would that be, northwest to the next island there. And after walking by a couple places, it's not too far in. It's actually right next to the bridge that leads to land there. He goes, all right, the Merry Hellhound. And this bar looks like it's a little nicer. You're starting to get the understanding that, like, the buildings that are near the, like, city entryways, whether that be the port or that lead to land where there might be some people coming and going through, those tend to be your nicer establishments, because there's a little bit more foot traffic and that sort of thing. And so this one has a proper sign outside with a 3-headed dog that actually says Merry Hellhound in, like, nice writing, as opposed to somebody etching it onto a piece of driftwood. And he leads you in, and the place is pretty quiet, actually. There's not a lot. There's only like 2-3 people sitting in there having a nice late afternoon meal. But you, upon entering, hear what sounds like a high-pitched squeal.
Nope. Turn to like walk the fuck back out.
Coming from inside.
From inside. And you hear that squeal kind of pull up, like, no, 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 no,
Nope.
no. And then you realize that it's coming from a overweight elf. It takes you a second because you're not quite sure you've seen that before. That's not a thing. But he's definitely got elf ears. Seems like an elf. And he's standing in front of a wall like this. Like, no, please don't come any closer. Please don't. And behind him is a bunch of shelving of, like, bottles and potions and things. And he's like, just please turn around and leave. Don't come any closer.
Look over to our lovely companion. Like, you have one hell of an effect on people, don't you?
Well, at least they remember me.
I take a cautious step forward and say, I take it he was rolling dice here last night.
He's like a bull in a china shop. He rolled the dice, but I don't even know what special thing he thought was going to happen, because all of a sudden he fell trying to get the dice. And these are very valuable potions, and if he knocks into this cabinet one more time, I will probably have a heart attack, and I cannot deal with that today, so I ask that you just leave. And he like pushes himself like even closer, actually almost negating his own words, because now he's nudging the bottles himself because he's trying to be like so closely tied to this fucking shelving unit.
All right, easy, easy. He won't come any further in. We're just looking for the dice. Do you happen to see any?
They're not in my bar. After I had to clean up all the potions that got knocked over, I didn't see anything in the area he was rolling in, and of course he and his little friend skipped right out and left me to clean up the mess all myself. Do you know how expensive these potions are? People come to me from all over for what I sell. They're just wasted. And he like gestures to the ground where you can see like whatever it was that fell like started to eat away at the flooring.
Whoops.
Do you mind if I come inside by myself and just take a quick look around
You gotta something like gives you a once over.
without him pointing behind me?
All right, you're safe. He kind of lowers his arms just a little bit. Says,
I go inside. How big is the place?
it's a fairly small place. Really only has about 4 tables that each seat 4 people. So it's definitely smaller, very well kept, but not very large at all. You can tell this is sort of place that like it may not be where the rockin' party happens, but it might be where the like
Important business deal goes down.
important business deals, like if Thurston was trying to be like edgy and cool and go to the pirate town nearby, he'd probably come here
What a
and still
nerd.
feel like he was like in an like edgy place.
I think I've been to that
Um,
bar.
Are there any other patrons inside?
There are 3 people inside sitting at one of the tables there, snacking away. They've got some drinks in front of them and some late lunch, early dinner, whatever, in front of them.
I just call over to the table. Hey, were you guys here last night?
No, we just got into port this morning.
Then I will roll investigation and
Okay.
just take a look around under all the tables and in the corners under the bar and whatnot.
Go for it.
We'll look at. I'm sorry, I'm totally am blanking on his name.
Lysil.
Did we take him out of the bar?
He's
let him
still
come in.
standing. Yeah, he's like just inside the doorway with that like nervous energy, like he wants to step further in, but is trying to contain himself.
Place ring any bells?
I mean, I'm pretty sure I was obviously here. And he
Obviously.
gestures to, since I'm remembered, but I'm not sure. And he starts thinking, now that I'm here, it's really only like 15% chance that I left them here. If I had to leave that quickly, they're probably not here.
I rolled an 18 investigation.
You look around. I don't say anything. Like, it looks like this place is actually like well maintained, so something out of place would be very easily noticed. You don't see them hiding anywhere. You just mostly see a pretty well kept bar with a scorched part of the floor from whatever the hell fell down there, but no dice. Ha ha. That's funny.
But
Boo.
And Clysel goes, "Did you check over there? I know I was gonna go into the kitchens just in case." And he kind of points to around. Wait, I didn't change the map so you could actually see what the bar looks like. That would have helped. So you are checking that far wall that has all the cabinetry, and then you can see there is a doorway that would lead into the kitchen over there. And he goes, "Yeah, I know I was gonna get a snack last night. I would have been hungry." And he kind of like takes a step, and as soon as he takes a step, the elf goes, "No, no, no."
I do like
Kinda
the
just, like,
step in front, like the shoulder step, like
like, I mean, as I said, they're probably not here, but if they were, they'd be in there. I just wanted to help. That's all.
I turn to the bar owner and say, after you threw him out, you have any idea where he went?
No, I was too busy trying to stop the chemical reaction that was occurring on my floor. I wasn't paying attention to where he went. I figured it wasn't my problem. We have to buy a rug to put here or something. This looks terrible.
Thought I'd ask. And I leave.
And you hear, like, as you get to the door and the rest of your friends, you hear the elf breathe just like this massive sigh of relief. And he turns around, he like starts like almost petting the bottles. Okay, everything is still here. And the three people in the corner are just like, fuck?
Um,
I feel like
Oh gosh.
we just like follow the trail of destruction through the city.
I feel like that's gonna take us everywhere.
I know,
before
but
before I exit, I look at the barman and say, "You know, he'll buy you a new rug. He's trying to make up for all of the things that he did last night. He bought the other bar, he bought them all drinks. I think that he could probably get you a rug if you ask for it."
It's a pretty good. Yeah, yeah. Bring him back in here. It's a good call. Yeah. And Clysel,
Excuse me,
do that.
you need to come back in.
he like stomps back in and he's like, "Yes, how may I be of assistance?" And the barman's like, "Your friends pointed out, you owe me a rug. Look at my floor here. Rug." He's like, I just don't have a rug on me. And I mean, it looks fine.
But you can buy one. I told him how you bought the other bar round of the good stuff, and he just wants a rug.
He just looks at you. He just kind of looks at you. I go, "Do you not understand how money works?"
Well, I do, but I mean, also when you upset people, you're supposed to say sorry and give them presents because it helps them so that they know that you're sorry. You know, like I usually play a song, but you don't seem like you're very good at music. Nobody really cares about math, so you could get him a rug.
It's like 90% true.
but you
No,
knew
it's
that
not.
already.
No, it's not true. Thank you. I am able to bless people with the knowledge of whether or not they will succeed. That is a gift unto itself.
Some people
How?
like to take chances. and leave it up to your aunt. And you don't give people that chance.
Look, all I do is provide information. People still make their own choices. They can go against the odds. I just help let them make an informed decision. There's value in that, right? And he points to the people in the corner, and they're kind of like, yeah. And
I mean,
they
I think
go
he thinks there's more
take.
value in a rug right now, so you should just get him the rug and think about your actions, because it really kind of seems like you're the only one that had a good time last night. Everybody else didn't have very much fun.
Well, I admit that I don't know.
Lean over to Kurt and say, so far, that seems 100% true.
No. No. There is at least a 45% chance that other people had fun last night. Okay?
And
Can
where
I ask
are
you a
your
question?
friends?
I'm thinking maybe like one other person.
What
Whoever the
Can I ask
asshole
your
was
friends
who was with
last
him.
night?
Yeah.
What did you say, Dustin? Sorry.
And what happened to your friends last night?
After the party, he headed off. We woke up late this morning, and he went about his business, and I was set to leave as well, but realized my mistake in misplacing my aunt's borrowed dice. Borrowed.
Can I ask you a question?
You didn't ask him if he'd seen him?
That's where I was going with that.
Mm-hmm.
He had already left. We weren't traveling together from here on out, and so he had already left and gone about his day. I didn't get a chance to ask him.
And
What
where
are the
did
odds
he
that
go?
he took them?
He wouldn't take them.
Why?
Why not?
I mean, you took them.
Yeah.
I am my aunt's favorite nephew.
Not right
So-
now.
Not
Maybe
for
he was
long, you're
borrowing them
not.
from you. Maybe he was just borrowing them from you. Like you pretended to borrow them from your aunt.
Just the pirate life. Everyone just borrows.
Look, he wouldn't take them because he knows what my aunt would do if he took them. But as the favorite, it's okay when I borrow them. But
not
he's a
when
smart guy.
Only if
use
you
them.
ask.
Look, they aren't lost, they are misplaced. And we, and he gestures towards all of us, are going to correct that.
Right.
So where'd you go
What is-
next?
Well, I'm pretty sure I was okay. I was in the kitchen and I grabbed a snack. And then he said, "Oh, I think we went to the Bloody Thorn next. It's a great place."
Lead the way.
And from before he can even leave the room, you hear the barkeep's like, "I expect that rug by the end of the day." And Claysil's just like, of course, I will be happy to assist. That is what I'm here for, to help others.
Don't worry, I wrote it down. I'll give him a list at the end of the day.
Actually, that's not a half bad idea. You should probably keep a list.
It helps you remember stuff, like song lyrics and things. And where you left your dice.
I should have waited for a group that had better odds. But let's keep going. And he leads you to it's actually on the same island in the opposite corner. And he leads you to another building that, again, a little on the nicer side on the outside, because it does have a little bit of foot traffic from the mainland. But its sign that's hanging is literally a rose thorn with like blood dripping off of it. It's not the most inviting, but that's the bloody thorn for you.
Hey.
And he leads you in and he goes, "This place. I remember really good music. Ooh, you know, it's probably I'm feeling good 62% chance that they're here cuz I know I stayed here for a while. We definitely did." And he wanders up to the bar, which is currently empty. The barman's not there, and he kind of like knocks on the wood, and immediately, so you see the back door, of what you assume is the kitchen or back room, open, and you see a head, with like two horns peeking out, and you hear, "Ah, shit."
Yup.
And then the door closes, and the person's face disappears. And then a moment later, they step through, say, and it's a tiefling woman. And she takes a deep breath and she goes, "I'm sorry, we're actually closed for the rest of the day. We'll open up as soon as you leave. Thank you."
See, I told you he was the only one that had a good time last night.
And so like, well,
I still think his friend probably had a good time too.
I turn to our friend and just say, "She's talking to you, Slick."
I got that. And she goes, "I don't understand why she would be talking to me. I remember really enjoying this place. There was
Mhm,
really great music
mhm.
happening. Yes, for sure. Definitely great music." She goes, "Oh, yeah, there was great music. And then you managed to trip my singer, who now is dealing with a broken arm and refuses to perform. And so now I'm down a musician until she feels better. And that's your fault. I have to deal with Skippy Jack in the meantime." And you hear from the back room, "Hey! Hey!"
We'll make our visit quick.
I mean, I could probably help your singer. Is she around here or?
No, she went back to town because she refused to even stay here if she wasn't going to be working. And something about pirate towns and good for nothing pirates. And yeah, she went back to the mainland.
Oof, I
Well,
can't help Skippy Jack. Sorry.
Oh, nobody can help Skippy Jack. And you hear another, "Hey, guys!" And another head peeks from the back room, and you see this kind of youngish, probably like 20-something human holding a lute, just like, "I can hear you."
um, I I just say, "Listen, we're looking for a set of dice. The sooner we find them, the sooner this guy never comes back to your bar. You think you could help us out?"
I mean, I'm sure there's a set of dice around here. Dice games are pretty popular. I'm sure I can get you a set of dice. That's not a problem.
We're looking for his
Yeah.
dice. It's a particular set.
Yeah. What
Did
do
you
these
see
dice
him?
look like actually? Your special dice. They look like
They're they're beautiful, of course. They're a beautiful ornate gold with beautiful, almost blue black filigree on them. Which
Shit,
of course
someone melted this shit down.
they're magical.
That would be very unlucky.
They belong to the goddess of luck.
Mm-hmm.
They can't be melted down.
Not
They
gonna
can't be
stop
melted
someone from
down.
trying.
They can't be scryed. They can't be found by magical means. If I could have just scryed for them, that would have been a lot easier. Hence, the walking around.
Mm-hmm.
I turn back to the tiefling woman. They're a set of real fucking fancy dice.
I don't got anything like that around here. Sorry. Ain't seen them.
Can I roll insight on that?
Mm-hmm. Gold ass dice and a bunch of pirates.
That is a 15.
It's an 18.
She's being honest. She has not seen any golden dice. But
Sweet.
nope. She mostly just looks a little bit annoyed. As you've come to be sort of the default emotional state of anyone that has interacted with Clysil. So that's par for the course, pretty easy to read at this point. And then she kind of keeps glancing behind her as you hear the human keep like plucking along on his lute, but he keeps like hitting, like every so often he just hits a real bad note. But he's trying. So you get her being annoyed and then like the cringy like eye twitch of like, oh, that's a real bad note. But she is honest.
Well,
If people get drunk enough, that probably won't sound that bad.
did he if you could do you know anything about where he went after here?
Gosh, I don't know. After he broke my singer's arm, he said something about the odds just not being in her favor that night. And said something about, I think he and his friends say they were going to the glorious respite on the other side of the island chain. They had talked about how they wanted to go there next, so I can only assume that he did. And as soon as she says that, like, she gives this real big cringe as he hits another particularly terrible note. And you see him go, I'm sorry, I swear, I am better than this. I just have to be careful. That's all. I'll be better tonight. Promise. And he goes back to kind of plucking away, and she just shakes her head.
You need somebody to teach him.
I know how to play. I just don't want to risk it right now for practice. I'll be better
You're
tonight.
not gonna hurt yourself playing the lute. You should always risk it and play the best you can, instead of sounding like you have breakfast sausages strapped to your fingers.
Sorry, the mental image. He goes, no, it's not. Well. So, if I play too well, bad things tend to happen.
People enjoy themselves? That's a bad thing?
No. Well.
Because when I play well, good things happen.
Yes. Well, you see, my family, we usually travel together and play together, but my father may have pissed off the wrong person, and so now my family has this curse that when we enjoy ourselves in playing too much, bad things tend to happen. So I try to keep the good playing for just short periods of time when it matters the most.
Well, I've heard enough, and I turn to leave. That dude's cursed. I am a pirate. Pirates are superstitious as fuck. And I want nothing to do with them.
Like, okay
Bad
then.
enough I'm
Good
trolling
luck,
around
guys.
with this asshole.
Come back tonight. It'll be better. I promise. It's going to be really good tonight.
I looked at
Maybe you
Glycil.
should.
Can you do anything about that?
Oh, break the curse?
You're a demigod.
I have a very particular skill set. Unfortunately, curses and things of that nature are not within them. But I'm sure if he prays to the Lady Luck, she will help increase his odds of a better performance and a safer performance.
Wouldn't he pray to you if he's trying to increase the odds?
Yes, but he wants good luck. I can only tell him the odds. I can't change them. She can
What if
change
he
them.
sat on a really uncomfortable chair that he didn't like, so he wasn't having a good time playing, but he could still play good?
I guess you should try it. And you see Skippy Jack go, yeah, okay, I guess I've never tried being uncomfortable when I played before. That's an idea. And you see him like go and like go to a stool and kind of, he's not even like sitting on it. He's kind of like awkwardly leaning. And that way where you can tell like if he moves too much, he'd completely lose his center of balance. So it's definitely not comfortable. And he starts to strum a little bit. And he's like, okay, yeah, let's go. And he does actually sound better. He is not hitting terrible notes every so often. But he does start to play a nice little ditty.
Good job.
Not bad,
We should go.
Iris. Let's go.
And the tiefling's like, all right, see you never. And she's specifically addressing
On my
Glycil.
way out, I just call over my shoulder. Good luck to you too.
And you guys exit the bar, and he's like, well, that could have gone a little bit better. It would have been nice to hear the singer, but guess it just wasn't in her odds to be able to perform for a while. That's too bad. But, as she said, the glorious respite. I am pretty sure that's where we went. I've heard it's nice, so that's probably where we went next. And you guys start to head off. You do have to cross now several different bridges because you are at the top leftmost island. And so now you're going to have to cross through the tiny one all the way over to like the top right one. So you got to go through all those bridges to get there because there is no direct connection.
As
Damn.
we're walking, do people on the street react to him in any way?
Yeah, give me a perception check.
Then is 20.
You notice that several people are giving him the side eye. It's that look of, I think I know you, and I think I don't like you, but I don't remember why. So he's definitely getting a little bit of stink eye. But for the most part, not many people are paying attention to him. But when they like pay attention, that's when the stink eye comes in. You also, since you rolled a 20, you notice in the distance what looks like a larger than average wave. Like that. You've spent enough time by the ocean, on ships. Typically, you only see waves that big in a storm. But skies are clear and beautiful right now.
Mm. So, I don't know if this is related, but
Ocean's acting up?
What?
Didn't you mention something about your aunt getting pissed, bad things happening?
Oh, that's she. She should still be busy. I don't think she's realized they're missing yet. So I'm sure it's something else. It can't be us.
Mm,
And now
How
you
big is this?
all.
How big is this wave?
It's a pretty big wave. It's still fairly far off in the distance. That it's not. It hasn't. It doesn't hit the chain of islands. But you notice now a second really large wave coming through. You're like,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
odd.
Yeah, I mean, I think you might want to go back and revisit your calculations.
No,
Yeah.
I'm telling you, there is only a 22.2% chance that she's realized they're missing it. She
And
doesn't know.
And what's the chance of like two really abnormal giant waves in the middle of a day where there's no storms?
Oh, the odds of that happening without some sort of magical effect happening? That's yeah, that's probably magical in nature. We're talking at least he kind of thinks 83.7% chance. Yeah, that's magical in nature. But not related to my aunt. Math says
You're
no.
100% sure.
And the odds of that are
I mean, nothing in this world is 100%. Nothing's a sure thing. But the odds of those waves being in relation to my aunt, honestly, we're talking like 9.3% chance. She doesn't do that.
Do you know anybody that does?
Nobody that I've interacted with in a while.
Mm.
was it just you and your poet friend last night?
Yeah. Just the two of us doing our bar hopping.
And what were the odds that he took the dice?
There is only a 12% chance that he took the dice. He didn't
Okay.
take the dice.
Well, he did 12% of the time.
Yeah.
Go ahead and you guys can give me another perception check. And then Dustin, go ahead. What were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say, do we get to the next location yet?
21.
5.
Iris is concerned with something entirely different.
16 for me.
Iris is getting like a whole like tour through this town. 21, 20, 23.
He's
Sorry,
thinking
Dustin, what
about
was
how
yours?
hooves are not conducive to swimming.
I'm sorry, Dustin, what was yours?
16.
16. Okay. So you guys are crossing that last bridge to where you need to be. You guys have been chatting this whole time and like arguing. He's like, no, I'm telling you, it's not my aunt. It's not that. Whatever that is, that's something separate. That's not on me. But you guys keep glancing back every so often. Those of you that understand how the water works a lot more, keep glancing back. And just as you guys are crossing over to the final island, you realize that you are pretty sure you see a shape in the waves. And Current, I'll give you this. That shape looks familiar.
Uh-oh.
What do you mean? Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Question, Clysil. You
Mhm.
sure you didn't piss off anybody else?
No.
or run around with anybody else. Who else? I'm not even talking about last night. I'm talking ever.
I mean, ever is a long time.
I think we're
Been
gonna
a
have some
while,
company
long time.
soon. Of a very powerful nature.
Oh,
Look,
that doesn't sound good.
look. I've been known to stretch the odds a little bit, but I don't mess with things under the ocean.
I think something under the ocean wants to mess with you. And I point to the the whatever I can see, like the shape in the water.
You all
What
glance
I
over
can
and
do.
you're pretty sure you've, especially having seen Current's magic, you're pretty sure that you see a very large tentacle in the water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
He's like, that is not me. I swear. But maybe we should get inside. And he points to the bar.
Look at the bar. It's like bar versus tentacle. It's not gonna hold up.
No.
No.
I'll wait till Iris gets in and kind of like usher everyone in, like, all right, let's go.
Everyone in the bar.
Let's go. Everyone in the bar.
And he leads you into another very nice bar. This one has like a beautiful roaring fire, and you can actually see there is someone playing an instrument in the corner with very just peaceful, nice, calming music. You do see a few people sitting on the other side, just kind of relaxing. And it looks like you'd probably even find a place this nice anywhere you went in the world. Like, this doesn't even look like it should be in a place called Murderer's Fjord. Like, it's too nice of a place. But he leads you inside, and the elven barman glances over and goes, "You again, huh? Great." And he just starts pouring up some drinks when he sees you. Like, look. He sets him down. "What can I help you with tonight, oh demigod?" And he actually does air quotes when he says that. Plaisa says, "Well, see," and he points one and he looks at you guys and he's like, "See? He seems happy to see me. He wants to help us." Not
I
reading.
think so. I don't think he wants to help you. He put his demigod in quotes. I mean, and I look at the barkeep and say, who's a demigod of math, right?
Demigod of probability. There's a difference.
You are your aunt's accountant. And I turn to the barman.
He's just kind of like,
That was so good.
that was really fucking good.
And I turn to the barman and I say, can you tell us a little bit about what happened with this guy last night? We're looking for something, and judging by your demeanor already, I can tell that it's probably not here.
Oh, well, he came in, him and his friend, they were pretty drunk, which isn't abnormal. I'll give him that. He came through and he was talking about how he was going to show everyone the great things that he could do and the great magics that he had, and he started trying to play dice games or something like that with everybody. I don't know. All I know is after a while, one of the ladies that was here get a little too friendly with his buddy, and then her boyfriend got a little angry, and all of a sudden they were being asked to step outside. It's not my business, not my problem once they leave the bar. So, I don't know what happened to him after that. But yeah, he kept telling me that you could tell me the odds. Did you want to make a really big investment coming up soon to expand your bar? He could tell me if it would succeed. Right.
Uh,
Right.
you said he was playing dice games with people.
Yeah.
You remember what those dice looked like?
They looked real nice. It wasn't just a random pair of dice. So yeah, I think they were like a gold and black or something like that. Yeah, they were real nice.
And you saw him leave with them. Those dice are what I'm after.
Oh. Is that the source of his magic? Of his ability to tell the odds?
Sure, why not?
He sounds like he doesn't believe that because he doesn't believe any of this bullshit. um, he says, well, I assumed he had him. I didn't find him when I was cleaning up last night. And as I said, he was asked to step outside, and that was not my problem after that.
You know this guy who asked him to step outside?
Yeah. Seen him come in before. He's a captain of one of the ships that tends to make port here fairly often.
He got a name? Ship got a name? And I'm
Uh,
rolling insight for
God.
all of this.
Sure. He goes, oh gosh. I don't entirely remember the name of his ship. Lots of ships come through. But I want to say his name started with an S. That's all I can remember. He comes through, but no.
He didn't happen to look like he'd gotten, punched earlier in the night, did he?
The captain?
Yeah, when he showed up last night.
Oh. I really wasn't paying that much attention. He didn't have a big bruise or anything that I could see.
Okay.
Who knows? Dustin, what'd you get for your insight roll?
15.
Seems honest. He is actually the first person you've encountered that is not like ragingly angry to have come across him.
Which is what surprises me, the fact that he still had the dice here.
Everyone go ahead and make me a perception check. As you guys are chatting away.
21. Making up for that 5 I rolled earlier.
14. Wait, yeah.
12 for me as well.
All right. You guys notice that from behind you, like some of the people that were sitting, have started to kind of like all of a sudden you hear their chairs like scratch along the ground. And you guys can go ahead and I assume you guys went up to probably the bar to talk.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys want to move yourselves to wherever you would have been standing at the bar.
Probably like you. The token for fish.
Yeah, I made it a fish.
That should be a fucking fish.
If he's going to make me look at those letters and pronounce it fish, I don't care what he says it is. It's a fish.
It's a fish.
You guys hear kind of this group that had been sitting kind of in that range over there. All of a sudden they stand up, like their chairs kind of push very quickly away. And they're all kind of staring at the doorway. And you, I presume, turn around.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
and you notice the door has opened, and you see it looks like at first like, oh, okay, so some woman has showed up. Okay, whatever. What are they freaking out about? And then you realize maybe not Iris, again, new to this life. But you realize like, oh, that's not just some normal human or humanoid woman. That's a pair of sea hags.
Oh no. Oh no.
They're just slowly making their way in. And they're not immediately going for anyone in particular. But they are starting to make their way into the room. And as everybody else starts to realize that, they actually, like most people, like jumping up out of their chairs and actually running towards the stairway that they can see to like go upstairs.
Where is Clyson?
Oh, I still have him on the DM layer. Uno momento. Okay, why is this not changing like I want it to?
It's roll 20.
I know it heard me talking about
Heard you
how
talking
I
shit.
might. I know. It's like, oh, you want to talk shit? You want to talk about using a different system? Like, all right. There we go. That'll work. Great. Now I'm on the wrong layer again. He was kind of over here at the bar, glancing around, looking like, well, did I drop him over here? I don't even remember where I was sitting. What did that woman look like? Was she hot enough to get beat up for? I don't remember getting beat up. But yes, he is standing right next to Iris.
Who is hiding behind Current?
It is a fair life choice to make.
Listen.
Fair
So,
life.
hags, are they like
Look.
looking around
The
as they come in?
tentacles?
Or
They
are they like making a beeline?
They are not making a beeline. It doesn't look like this is intentional so much as they've wandered in, and whatever happens, happens.
Okay.
But as everyone starts to like run away from them, it does almost like it amps the tension up. But they see that you guys, you're staying put. You haven't run away. So they do start at least like heading in your direction after that, because everybody else is running away, but you're an easier target. And Clay still just kind of like hides behind Iris, who's hiding behind Current. It's like, oh goodness, I did not see the odds of this happening.
Friends of yours?
Certainly not. Why
Did
does
your aunt
everyone
send
think...
them?
No. Trust me, if she wanted to yell at me, she'd come down here herself.
I'd kind of like to see that.
No. I mean, yes, but no.
Why not?
As long as she's yelling at him.
As long as there's no fallout. So, like from a safe distance, yes. Close by, no.
They look hungry. Is this the moment for this conversation?
Of course.
Who are they? Do you know them?
No. Not everything is my fault.
Do
Why are you
they...
scared of them?
They're sea hags.
No, look at Current. Do you know them?
Like, is that racist?
Hey, girl!
Is that racist? Rose, can I roll like a, I don't know, something check?
Something.
Something
Yeah, I'll give you nature or even like a history to like kind of go through what rando things you've been through, stories you've heard even.
Cool. Yeah, she's real good at that stuff.
Not all water genasi know underwater things. God.
10.
We're not all friends.
You have not encountered a sea hag yourself, but you have not heard a lot of stories that have ended well when people interact with them. And you're looking at and these things are horrific in their appearance. And they tend to what you can remember is that the more of them, the worse it is. You don't entirely remember why. But yeah, it's not a lot of great things that you can remember about sea hags or great endings to stories.
We should probably leave.
How do we get around them?
Where's the staircase that everyone else
The
was up?
staircases, yeah, everyone's kind of running. It's behind the bar, so everyone's kind of like running, ducking behind the bar and running up there. You assume that that's probably like a storage area or maybe like his apartment that's on the next floor or something. People are just making a beeline for whatever door is not next to them.
Cool.
Mm?
Sweet. Silver Eye, thoughts? We should probably leave.
Barman's like, look, that is just a storage area and some bedrooms. They're stuck up there with nowhere to go.
No back door?
No back door unless you want to jump out a window.
Thinking about it.
I mean, yeah.
If you can get those things out of my bar, free drinks for a month.
Oh, that's tempting. Silver Eye, thoughts?
Free drinks for a month.
You want to talk to him or you want me to?
Oh, I think we both know that your people skills are better than mine.
Okay. I will. Are they?
Fish and I will be right here behind you.
Oh, that's comforting. They're standing about where they are on the map. Okay. Current is going to step in front of Fish. I assume Fish is on your shoulder.
Yeah, Fish is like perched on my shoulder.
I like that you made an actual fish.
No, he didn't give me an icon, so I selected one.
It's good.
As Current is going up, I'll drum a little tune and give her inspiration. Just sing, help, I need someone.
Someone. This is the best thing for like a cowardly bard. Just like, help me.
The D8, I believe, by the way.
Perfect. I will step forward and kind of I will step in front of Dustin. Kind of holding my arms out. Like, trying to make myself look kind of bigger than I actually am, even though that super doesn't work in this situation, but whatever. Current's got an intelligence of 12, okay? Like, let's, slightly above average.
It's higher than mine.
And she'll face the two and say, ladies, what can we do for you?
No. Are you speaking common?
Yeah, because I don't think they speak primordial.
Okay. I didn't know if there was some fancy like Ganassi language.
Primordial.
Okay, primordial. Okay,
Yeah.
I couldn't remember if there was something special.
No, primordial.
Like water speak.
Primordial.
Primordial is the language of elementals.
If she'll kind of, she'll start with common.
Okay. Because there is a speech that they have as underwater creatures. I didn't know if you had it.
Yeah, if it's not primordial, then no.
Okay. They'll kind of stop looking around. Actually, no, I have to.
Yeah, switch your
Yeah.
layer, and then you gotta go back.
No. Oh, that's fine. They'll kind of pause in there, like kind of lumbering in, and just say, "We were summoned.
By who may I ask?
We heard the music."
I'll kind of look over at Iris.
It wasn't me. Something's wrong with my lute.
Kaisa goes, "And it wasn't me. Definitely wasn't me."
Is it those
Maybe it
damn
was-
dice?
I don't even have the dice.
No. Maybe it was Skippy Jack.
What kind of music?
A lute, I think.
That was what Skippy Jack was playing.
Yeah.
Oh,
Mhm.
super. Cool. Dope. How many of you have come?
My sister and I.
There's no lute player here.
He says,
Looks.
standing right in front of a lute player.
I
Well,
just
they
I
play
don't
lute.
remember what. Yeah, Iris, do you play a lute or do you play a
Yeah.
lyre? Ah, fuck.
It's a lute.
God damn it.
Right. Like, looks over.
Not her. She's barely played today. And certainly with no intention to summon you. I'm sorry if the trip was not worth it.
Well, I'm sure the trip will be worth it, no matter what. And she takes another step forward. And getting a little bit closer to you, go ahead and make me a wisdom save.
Oh, real good at those. Actually, I'm
Mhm.
proficient in those. That doesn't help much, though.
Forget you have inspiration as well.
I do have inspiration.
From the lute,
Bitch. From the
by the
lute.
way,
Yes, from
which
the
just
lute.
obviously just got played.
Obviously just got played. Fuck. Listen, again, not so smart.
Oh God.
Uh-oh.
Is it even worth it to burn the inspiration?
No. Not with a natty one.
Oh.
Ooh.
The hag gets just a little bit closer, and you can now like really get a clear look at its disgusting, horrific appearance, and you are now frightened of it.
Oh, time
the
to
next
run!
minute. And I would like all of you to roll initiative.
Oh, sorry guys. This is why I don't play faces. Oh, sure. I roll that pretty decently. Fuck face.
Dustin, does Fish need to be on the initiative counter?
Fish X on my initiative, but independently from me.
I'm just gonna say yes.
So yes.
Why is this thing
Awesome.
being a piece of junk? You know what I meant.
Mm-hmm.
Stop playing dumb.
Where the fuck am I? Last.
Oh, I accidentally got the people in the background that ran away.
Whoopsie.
So the the patrons that are here are still here, or have they vanished?
They have fled. I will move them all to
It's not a big deal. I just
the
want
go
to
bye byes.
I just want to make sure what kind of collateral damage we're looking at. Okay.
just drop a huge thing. Have what's his name pay for the bar.
Yeah, that's pretty much yeah. Mm-hmm.
And D&D Beyond needs dark mode.
God, for real.
Would be awesome.
For
Like,
fucking
this white
real.
screen just kills me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I think I got everyone. All right. Iris is an 8.
My initiative is always
Whoa.
balls. I roll terrible on
Damn,
initiative every
Tina.
time.
Nice.
Damn.
Nice.
That cleric curse, though.
Yep.
It is a cleric curse. That's fair.
Yep.
Somebody's got to be the caboose.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but like that low.
I have like enough time to like grab a drink
yeah,
before taking my turn.
It's like that meme of Baby Yoda sipping the tea, like waiting for
Mhm.
your turn.
Just be like, yep, and then start ticking off like heal, leave it.
All
Making
right.
a
Well,
list.
thanks to everyone's wonderful initiative there.
Oh,
Silver Eye is first.
They
Fish
roll
and
well,
Silver Eye.
Wow.
Wow.
Fish goes at the top of the order.
I'm not last.
Yeah, don't worry. The hag still works. I blame D&D Beyond. I rolled on there.
Amazing.
Oh Jesus.
Um,
All right. I will be right back then.
Oh, you got plenty of time.
Yeah.
Like, excuse me, I'm gonna go like do some laundry now.
I'm gonna go take a run.
all right. Do, do, do. I am going to spend my action to create a tiny size eldridge cannon in the form of a force ballista in the palm of my hand.
Okay.
At which point I am going to here. Is the area over here, like where these chairs are, is this all difficult terrain?
They've all kind of been knocked around that there's probably enough space for you to pretty easily walk through them.
Okay.
So I'll say no.
And I will go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Do, do, do. And as a bonus action, Sam, what kinds of do you use a melee weapon or a weapon of any kind?
No.
Does anyone use a weapon of any kind?
I don't think so.
Probably your cleric.
Maybe.
Yeah. I have a rapier, but I likely won't use it.
Okay.
I can pull up.
Yeah, let me pull up her character sheet. Because, of course, in an encounter, it doesn't let you pull up your character's character sheet, even though they're in the encounter.
No.
Just saying, D&D Beyond. Do the thing.
Gail has a rapier as well. I don't know if she's gonna use it, but
Well then, Fish, for the time being, is just gonna go 5, 10, 20, and he's gonna try and just obscure himself behind this table.
Wuss.
And he takes the dodge action.
Okay.
And that is my turn.
Right. Then it is Current's turn.
I'm going to... Yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna summon my... tentacle.
I had it sitting in the corner. Where's
Yay!
it going?
I will put it right here.
Move my mouse again. Okay. Right there, you said?
Yeah. He's actually 10-foot tentacle, but we'll just leave it and we'll say he's got reach. And I guess... Yeah, there we go. Holy
You should have
shit.
control over it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I do. I do.
Your tentacle is so large.
Hey, Tina. Do you have and intend to use a weapon of any kind?
And then...
I mean, technically, I have spiritual weapon.
like an actual
No,
weapon.
like, do you intend to use, like, a mace or something?
Okay, actual.
To make melee attacks, yeah.
We're a good fighting group, guys.
I mean,
Right.
yes, I do have a weapon. I do not know if I will end up using it or not. It's
Okay.
Solid
Well, that
answer
was
for
my
for the artificer.
Excellent.
With the creating of the tentacle, just like a spiritual weapon, I get to make a melee attack. So I will do it on the this one, which I believe is a disadvantage because I'm frightened of her. Which one am I frightened of? Both of them or just one of them?
The one in the front.
The one in the front? Okay.
The one that's
then-
closer to you.
Fuck it, I'll do it with disadvantage, it's fine.
Well, are you making the attack, or is the...
It says when you create the tentacle, you can make a melee spell attack. It...
Yeah, rules is written. I don't think that the tentacle would get disadvantage.
I mean, a tentacle obviously cannot be frightened of anything.
I mean, regardless, I rolled a 15 and a 19 on the dice. Plus...
Yeah, you're good.
Plus an amount.
Plus 6, so 21 or 25.
As long as it wasn't -1,
Yeah.
you hit.
Okay, so I summoned... Sorry, guys, I'm trying to get used to playing this again. And they take 1d8 cold damage. Damage.
Come on.
Damage. 4 points. She takes 4 points of cold damage. And then she cannot... Her speed is reduced by 10 feet until the start of my next turn.
Okay.
That's my bonus action. And fuck it. We'll do a little Eldritch Blast for the second attack.
Blast.
Eldritch Blast on her sister. That's 2 beams. So we'll roll a couple... Six. Oh, will an 11 hit? Okay. But the 25 will hit.
For sure.
Okay, so that's a D10 plus 3. 9, 10, 11, 12 points of, I believe that is force damage.
Force damage,
Yeah.
Best damage, because no one can save against it.
Yeah. And that's
You...
my turn.
The first one gets smacked in the face by a tentacle. Doesn't seem too perturbed. But the second one, you get her right in the shoulder and she kind of stumbles back and almost actually bumps the tentacle almost.
Oh.
But you know, she's a sea hag, so maybe she's into that sort of thing. You don't know.
She's
You
a
don't
little
know.
excited.
Yeah, you don't know her life.
I
Don't judge her and her
I'm
life
not.
choices.
Typical
yeah.
Saturday.
Typical
Yeah.
Saturday.
This is actually why she came to the bar.
She was looking for me in this tentacle.
Oh god. Okay, this got
Got
this
really
got
weird.
I started it.
You
But
did.
it's fine.
And it got out of control.
The definition of D&D.
Yep.
I started it, but Iris is up.
Okay. So first, as a bonus action, I'm just gonna play a little ditty, give Gail some inspiration since she's gonna do big things with her life next.
I am.
Yeah, sure. Then I'm gonna move 5, 15, 20, 25. That's not my whole movement, but that's what I need to be. And then I am going to play my what was I playing? My lute, as they pointed out. And I am going to cast Bane at both of them at first level, and they will need to make a charisma saving throw, both of them, for a 15.
The one with the blue dot utterly fails. And then the other one also fails.
So they must roll a d4 and subtract that from saving throws for the next minute.
Saving throws only?
Subtract the number rolled from the attack roll or saving throw. So both.
Attack roll or saving throw. Okay.
Yes. And that's my turn.
All right. Then it is Gale's turn.
Okay.
It's a d8, Tina, by the way.
It's a D8.
Yeah.
Let me set it aside.
Yeah, and I forgot that inspiration. I could use that. Oh, next time.
I got to move. You baned people, didn't you?
Yes, both of them.
Okay. I'm going to move myself 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh, hello.
Hello. Just making sure that everybody's chilling here. I am going to I'm going to do the opposite. And I will cast Bless
Yes.
at second level on all 4 of us. I have a little conch shell.
I love that combination. It's so good.
It really is. It's
Nice
no
little
fun
yin.
for the DM, though.
That's a little yin and yang right there. It's cool. It's cool.
And that's
Cosmic
Wait, what
balance.
did you do? You blessed us?
yeah.
Yeah.
So D4 to everyone for
It's attack rolls and saving throws as well, right?
Yes.
yes, attack rolls and saving throws.
Oh, do I get to make a saving throw?
Oh, yes. I'm sorry, Sam. Yes. At the end of your turn, you do.
So I will do that without the D4.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, 6.
Nah.
Oh, I'm sorry, 8. Probably still not gonna do it.
Nah, she's still real gross.
Ew. The whole thing with the
Can you use
tentacle
your-
squeaked me out.
Can
It
you
was
use
weird.
your
Oh, my
Can
inspiration.
you use your inspiration on it?
Roll high, roll high, roll high, roll high. Hey! An 8, so 16.
You take a deep breath and you just kind of calm down, like, okay, they're disgusting. They're way too into the tentacle, but we got this. We got this.
I should name the tentacle.
I think I did actually name it Tentacle.
Yes, you did.
Seems like a Jeffrey to me.
Jeffrey. Jeffrey the tentacle.
Rude.
Sorry, Tina, is there anything else you were going to do? Just movement and blast?
Just movement. Yeah,
Okay.
just movement.
And Sam, you said the one with the blue dot, that's 10 feet
10
less
feet.
movement?
Yes.
Okay.
I just got invited to a work meeting now. For now.
For right now?
For right now. That ain't gonna happen.
No.
No.
Be like, I am
Times
fighting
no.
sea hags. I am sorry, I cannot make this meeting.
Like, I'm very busy.
I have actually blocked off our Monday sessions and Wednesday sessions on my work calendar so no one can throw on a late night meeting without talking to me first.
You're
It didn't
like,
stop
"Look."
them from this week, but those that actually check my calendar.
That's
You're
the
like,
key.
look,
But don't
I've
check
got
the
my
calendar.
tentacle out.
Yeah.
Things are going down.
Could you imagine?
They got serious.
Could you imagine if we cosplayed for our sessions and I showed up
Oh,
in like
God.
elf ears and a fucking flower crown?
Yes. Yes.
It would be
1,000 times yes.
Please don't change your name in the system either.
Yeah.
I did that once at my last job. I forgot to change the Zoom name.
You're like, Faraday Van Moria has joined the call. You got your
Like,
fun buns.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh.
All right. This lady.
But yes, she is 10 feet slower.
Okay. I don't feel like counting stuff, so cool. That works. This one, gonna get right up in your face over here, standing on the. You've got like the chair
no.
kind of in between you, but she's just gonna run on up and go ahead and claw at you with these like nasty gnarled like. They're something that maybe at one point were nails, but they've gotten like so thick and long that now they're like sharpened disgustingness.
I think you have fungus.
It's sea moss. Thank you. That's a Miss Jackson to hit.
Oh, shit.
Oh, I mean, Miss Jackson certainly hits.
So that is 9 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
And then this one. Oh, 20 feet'll do. It's going to come up here to Current, kind of almost with this like snarling, gross laugh because she knows that she got you earlier. Even if you calm down now, like she got you good for a second there. And she is also going to go ahead and take a swipe at you.
Quick question. Did you roll the d4 to subtract from your previous attack roll?
I did not. Would an 18 have hit still?
Yes.
I think anything would have hit.
Just came to mind. Yeah, no, it would have hit. I Miss Jackson.
And then a 23 to hit Current.
Oh,
with
yeah.
with
Absolutely.
the D4 minus.
With the D4 minus? Damn!
And that is another 9 points of damage. She just sinks her disgusting sea moss covered claws just right across your arm.
Cool.
Must be so much bacteria.
I have a cream for that.
It's called penicillin. Thank you.
And then that's
Yeah.
a... Oh, wait, no. The tentacle is not concentration. I'm good.
Oh, mine is. I should roll that, shouldn't I? Mm,
You get a +4. You get the D4 on that, I think, right?
yeah, 10 with the d4. You gotta roll a 10 to keep it.
Yeah. All right. Then we are back at the top with Silver Eye and Fish.
All right. I am going to move 5, 10, 15 right here. As my action, I am going to attack this bitch with my light crossbow. That is a 21.
Hmm.
And that equals a total of 8 points of piercing damage.
That was the
Which,
one with the blue dot, right? Sorry.
yes, the one with the
Okay.
blue dot. And that damage is magical.
Okay.
Because I have an infusion upon my light crossbow.
Yeah, that's fine.
And then, as my bonus action, I'm going to attack with my Eldritch Cannon. And that is... that is a 22 to hit.
Hmm.
And 9 points of force damage.
All right. You go ahead and shoot at her, and she takes the crossbow bolt. That hurts, and then you get the force damage, and you kind of manage to like get her around the same spot in her side, and so she kind of just clutches over to grab at that. The 2 attacks you've landed right after another.
She also gets pushed 5 feet away from me. There does not appear to be a save to resist the push.
Okay.
That's not good for
Cool.
Iris.
Now she can attack both of the people. I push you away from me and closer to my friend.
Yeah.
Anything that Fishy Fish is doing?
Fish is going to 5, 15. He's gonna fly around and sit right there. Also just taking the dodge action.
Okay. Then Current, you're up.
What's the lighting situation in here?
It's still late afternoon. You've got lots of light coming in from outside. There's some torches as well, just to help illuminate some of the corners that don't have windows. So perfectly good lighting.
Oh, that's not the answer I wanted, but okay. That's fine.
Sorry. I had already established the time of day.
You did. That's okay, because I can still do this. So I'm going to take a step. Oh, that's probably not a good idea. Fuck it. Oh, no, Fish, come back.
I'm sorry, yeah. I give everyone access to everything because it's easier than waiting till everyone's online and be like, excuse me for 5 minutes while I assign everyone access.
Yep, that's fine. I will step here, because I'm an idiot. And for my bonus action, I will cast Shadow Blade, as what shadows are in the room kind of coalesce into a, into this dark rapier. And I will attack with it. And attack the one with the blue dots. And because I'm flanking, I get advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, 8. Is that a simple melee? What's my bonus on that? Sorry, I want to make sure I'm doing. Oh, melee weapon attacks. So that's strength, or is that dex? I guess it really doesn't matter. It's an 18 on the die, if that matters.
Yeah, I mean, that would hit. That's
plus
not a problem.
whatever the d4 is.
It doesn't have it listed? Usually it lists it.
No, it doesn't. It just got the damage listed, but it doesn't have the to hit listed. And it's not on my actions. Like my weapons section.
That's weird.
Right? The tentacle's on there, but this spell is not. Eldritch Blast is on there. This spell's not. But that's okay. It's 3d8. So 1, 2, 3. Oh, 16 points of psychic damage.
So on the blue dot, yes?
Yes.
Yes, because that's the one you're flanking.
Yes.
You go ahead and you take a deep breath and you just kind of summon all the shadows from the corners of the room into this sword. And when you go ahead and land your attack, you hear her like give this disgusting, piercing scream that you can tell, yes, there's physical pain, but there's also like mental, emotional agony that
Oh.
went with it.
Ouch.
It's a lot of psychic damage.
Yes, it is. That's a back slot. And that's my turn, because if I leave, they both get attacks for opportunity, so fuck that.
I mean, that's a
Oh,
choice
I
you
used
can
my
make.
inspiration. That is a choice I could make. Not a choice I'm gonna make, though.
Fair enough.
I'm done.
All right. Iris, you are damn near surrounded.
So, yeah, I'm really not happy about that. I'm going to look at this beautiful angel right here, and I'm going to cast Dissonant Whispers at 2nd level at her. So she needs to make a Wisdom saving throw of 15 or higher, and subtract a d4 from that bad boy.
She's a lot of things, but wise is not one of them, because that's a 3.
Yeah, so she must, on a failed save, she is going to take, 46 psychic damage, and she must immediately use her reaction, if available, to move as far as its speed allows away from me.
What's the damage on that?
46. I'm rolling it right.
Okay.
Ooh. 18, 21 points of damage, psychic damage.
Yeah.
20. Jeez Louise.
I rolled 3 6s.
Okay. You give this just soft whisper that at first she doesn't even really pay attention to, and then all of a sudden it just hits her, and she gives off just like a terrified, almost shriek, and just runs as far away from you as possible.
Do I get do both Current and I get attack of opportunity on that?
What does it say anything? Let me read the thing.
It just
Sometimes
says,
it has it written in there.
yeah, it doesn't say. It just says on a successful save, the target takes half as much damage. Yeah, move as far away from you as its speed will take it.
Yeah, go for it.
All right.
Yeah, sure, I'll do that. I'll take you up on that. You're
I
gonna let
will
us do
use
it?
my rapier.
With advantage? No, without advantage. That's the other one.
It was the other one.
But you have your d4 till 22 to hit.
That is.
21 to hit.
Yeah, I guess that'll hit too. I mean, it's one less, but yeah, it'll hit.
I just 4 points of damage.
Okay.
11 points of damage.
Jesus.
That Shadow Blade is nasty.
she runs away and is like hiding and essentially cowering in the doorway. No. Good job, guys.
Shouldn't have come to play.
And that's my turn.
All right, Gail.
Okay. Well, seeing as she's scared away, the one that I was going to deal with, suddenly she gets a more appraising look, like, okay.
And the rest of you hear that.
No, is the dog dreaming?
Is he?
He's making
dream barking in the other room.
Oh.
Sam can hear him from downstairs.
Sam, I think there might be a bot in the Twitch chat that's been spamming the hell out of it for a while.
It's Pretzel Rocks. I have music going on my end.
Okay, I was like, what the hell? It's just posting all these links.
Yeah, I actually finally got it. I'm actually happy to see that because it's finally working. I've been using Pretzel for other things. It's like royalty-free music, and it's supposed to post the credits in the chat. Well, every time I've used it, it hasn't done it. And finally, it started doing it again. No, I have background music playing for the two of us that are watching. You know.
I mean,
yes. Okay. So yes, seeing as Iris scared away the sea hag, and suddenly I'm reevaluating her. give her a small like, and then I already moved, but moved from where I was. It's like 20 feet from where I was, over to our other sea hag friend, and just kind of, if she is not facing me at this particular moment in time, I want to reach out and tap her on the shoulder.
Okay.
If she is,
I want to punch her in the face.
yes, basically.
She is facing Current, who just wailed on her for a bit. But yes, it's very easy. Like, as you approach, you do see her head kind of turn to see the movement that's happening to her side. So she's kind of like half facing you at this point.
Okay. Either way, I'll just reach out and give her a tap. And I'm going to cast Inflict Wounds, as I do.
All right.
At second level. And I still have a D8 from you.
yes.
Okay. Which is going to be... Where's my photo? 7. 23.
Is the attack or
Is
the
attack
damage?
roll.
Okay. I was like, hot damn. Yes,
No,
that
not at
hits.
this level. Not at this level.
Well, because inflict wounds can do some damage. Yeah, I didn't remember what
Right.
level you cast it at.
No, second level, so no,
Okay.
it can do 40 if I actually have that. Okay, so it'll be 4d10, which I apparently didn't.
Problem with playing a caster, you're like, I need every dice.
Yep.
Like, I need all of the die types. Whereas if you just play, I smack it with one thing. You need one.
You need the one thing.
Hmm?
Yeah, it's good. I have a handful of d10s. Ten, 6, 16. Don't know how to count or read the die. 16 and 9 is 25, and 5 is 30 necrotic.
Okay. You
30 necrotic.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. That's why I was like, oh well, it's inflict wounds. That's why when she said 20 something, I was like, seems legit.
Yeah, it could be.
You tap her on the shoulder and get her full attention, and
Hi, friend.
in that tap, all of a sudden, like, the skin from her shoulder just starts to wither and die, and it like spreads all the way up through her neck, through her face, and you can just see her body start to decompose in front of you.
Some necrotizing fasciitis there.
Yeah.
It's like that.
Yeah.
There's probably some kind of fish in the ocean that does that.
I mean,
I feel like there must be.
And she did.
Damn.
As we turn toward the one at the door.
Yes, the one at the door that sees that her sister is dead, and the, as your friend would say, odds are not in her favor. And she actually is going to step through the doorway and go run outside instead. And all of a sudden in the room, it gets oddly quiet, other than a little bit of labored breathing from some of you that have been running around or taking some licks. Clysil is like has not moved, did not help. Is sitting in the corner by the bar, looking wide-eyed, but not overly concerned either. And then the barman was just kind of like hiding behind the bar, just hiding.
Are there
And once it's
drinks?
quiet for a little bit.
The patrons left rather quickly when these hags arrived. Are there still drinks on the tables?
Yeah, some of them got knocked over as they like bumped into tables, but there are some still sitting there, yeah.
If there's
I'm
one near
already
me.
drinking one.
Yeah. If there's one
Gross.
near me, I'm just gonna pick it up after the thing decomposes on the floor.
You reach over to the table right there next to you, grab a drink, give me a con save.
Oh.
Because you don't know what that drink is or who
Nope.
the fuck drank that glass before you.
Nope.
I'm also drinking one.
You
So
as
I will
well,
also
then.
make a con save.
Con save 15.
Oh,
Okay.
not good.
Uh-oh.
7.
but you should still have bless, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
technically still up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I guess I can roll it for myself.
9.
19.
Jesus. Okay. Gail, you take a sip and it just tastes like they must have just gotten the house ale, nothing special about it. Silvera, you think and is that this person's disgusting. There's like bits of backwash and food, and you kind of like you drink it, realize what you have, and then you just like spit it back in the cups.
Gross.
And realize that you were promised free drinks for a month.
Yeah.
You don't need to drink that.
I dump that glass out onto the floor, and I take it back up to the bartender, and say, "I'll have a fresh one, please."
Says, well, deal's a deal. I'll even get you a fresh glass. And he takes that one from you, kind of puts it to the side. And you could see that there were some like a little bit of food that was stuck kind of in the bottom anyway.
Ew.
Is he like dunking his food in it?
I don't know. You don't want to know. Pirates are weird, man. Some weird shit's happened. Like, he probably didn't even have any teeth left. And so things just kind of,
Anything
His
is a
last one was
spittoon.
probably in
Yeah.
the glass.
Ew.
No. So you get a fresh glass, and he actually starts pouring up fresh glasses for everyone. And as you guys kind of, I assume, approach the bar for your drinks, because
Yeah,
you've
I'm
earned
gonna
them.
nag Iris, I guess.
Mhm.
She got hit. You got hit by that thing or clawed by that thing.
Yeah, she hit me for 9 points. It can't be sanitary. It really
It's
hurts.
not. It's not. Here. Come over here. We're gonna take care of that before it festers.
I'm not going to lose my fur, am I?
No, you won't lose your fur. Sure.
I mean, probably
Fucking
not.
no. Yeah, I don't live in the ocean. Shit don't have fur.
I'll go over.
Yeah, we'll just go over toward the bar and I'll take a look and gonna cast some cure wounds.
Okay. And say, what were you
Anybody else
saying?
get clawed by that thing?
I did.
Okay. 2 cure wounds is then coming up.
I'm actually gonna cross over to the door. Giving the tentacle a little good job, buddy pat.
High fives.
Yeah, it's a high five. We high five. It's great.
Weird, but okay.
And I'm gonna take a peek out the door and just make sure that like we're all good, or does it look like it's storming? Has anything changed outside? Where'd the hag go? That kind of stuff.
You peek outside. Go ahead and give me a perception check.
It's gonna be good. Hey, 22.
Right. You peek outside and you think you see the hag in the distance actually crossing the bridge that leads to the mainland on that side.
Okay.
So she's definitely hauling ass away. But outside, the sky is still clear. You don't see a storm or anything like that. There's really nobody passing by either. Maybe because of the commotion inside, it kind of cleared out a bit. But from just looking out the window of the door, you don't see anything else.
Any sight of the wave from here, or is it too hard to see from this angle?
From this angle, you can't quite get a good view of the ocean over
Okay.
there, because you are literally on the opposite island from
Right.
where the main bay is.
Okay.
So kind of hard to see from that angle.
Okay. Then I will head back inside and get that well-deserved drink.
Right. You guys head up to the bar. He gives you a drink. The barman and Clysel says, "I knew you guys had that. Yeah, you had about 82% odds that you would be completely fine. You didn't need me."
I think I missed how much did I get from cure wounds?
I didn't tell you yet.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I didn't want to interrupt.
Kidding.
I didn't want to interrupt.
Sorry.
You get 9.
Oh, that's cool. That's how much I got hit for. Great.
And current. Do you want to?
If you've got the juice to.
I mean, it's up to you.
Sure.
I'm just it's sea hag claws.
True. Yeah, I'll take it.
Okay. You get 11.
Okay. Sweet. Yeah. Nice settle up for a drink.
All right. Yeah. Clysil goes on and on about how he knew you guys had that. Didn't need him. Over 80% odds, you were fine. You had that. He knew he found the right group to help him today anyway, so that's fine. You had that. Even if it was an odd occurrence for them to show up. And it wasn't his fault.
It was weird. They don't... Iris, you don't know anything about... She's, like, Kern's, like, really struggling with, like, the idea that Iris could summon anything like that.
No, I've never... The longest I've spent on the ocean is when I snuck onto the ship with you guys. And my weapon... It's nothing special. It was... I got it for my 9th birthday from my mom, but it's not like it's magic or anything. It just... it's my loot. She strums it a little.
Let's maybe hold off on the absent-minded strumming for now. That
Play something else. Take out my lyre.
I mean, to be
We'll
fair,
just get a bagpipes out of your ass.
Yeah.
I could play something else. No!
Play the other one. Bring the hag back.
I just
Flute
like
too,
to
if you'd rather.
just like to imagine that Iris, being her little satyr self, is like, she's got her lute, and then she pulls out a lyre, and then like somewhere back there's like a trombone, and like no one has seen it, and it's just she's like,
Where
here.
did you get the saxophone?
How did you hide
know
a
what?
tuba?
Where
I
did
don't
you
even
get
want to
the
know.
that?
I don't even want to know.
Instead of a dagger sheath on her thigh,
Yeah.
it's for a flute
My
or a
piccolo.
piccolo. Yeah.
Yes.
No,
Yes.
you keep that one in here, like inside your jacket.
Yeah.
Flute
Yeah.
by the side, piccolo in the
Yeah.
jacket.
But
And when
does
she's
it
really in a
summon a
bind, she
Zoid?
just-
Like,
Yeah, it does.
She's really in a bind. She just like reaches into her bra and she's like harmonica.
Mhm.
excellent.
There's always one more.
Yes.
Always one more.
Yeah. I mean, maybe we'll just avoid the loot for now.
I guess they were. I don't know. That was weird. But the one is
Never
heading.
happened before.
I don't know. The one's heading to the mainland. At least that was the direction she was going.
Do we care?
Not right now. There's no way we could catch her at this point.
Yeah. I mean, they have guards and shit.
So where
Shit.
were we?
We were trying. Where were we before we were interrupted so rudely?
Well, I believe we had probably come to the conclusion that my dice weren't here. Well, my aunt's dice, to be
Right,
precise.
we're looking for Captain something.
With an S.
Yeah, sorry. A lot of people come through here. I can't always remember their names.
So, do you remember where you went next?
I remember. Okay, most likely, probably like, 43% chance, I probably went to the brewery that we had heard about. I remember somebody telling us about it while we were walking around. So yeah, probably the Scuttle Brewery. Most likely.
And the other 57%?
Is a alcohol-filled blank.
Great. Big help.
There's actually a higher chance that you didn't go to this brewery.
It's not that there's a higher chance that I didn't go there. It's that the odds that I went anywhere else are so incredibly small.
That it's
These are the
more than the
best
chances
odds.
that you went to this place. I got you.
Look, if it's a 1% chance I went to 50 some other places, these are still the best odds that I went there.
Right.
Where's
Okay.
the Star Brewery?
And the barkeep speaks up. It's actually on the other big island. Sorry.
Of course it is.
How did you guys traverse this entire
Where
place in a
is-
night?
Where is like the main docks or the shipwright of this town?
So I'll put you guys back on the big one so I can ping. So your main docks, there's a bigger dock here and there is a smaller dock here. You guys started out at this bar right here off of the main dock.
Mhm.
And made your way here and then here, and now you're way over here at the top, and the brewery you need to go to is off of this other smaller dock way in the other opposite corner.
Okay. Well, let's head to this brewery and we'll ask around at the shipwright for Captain S as well.
I still think that maybe that it would be worth talking to your bard friend. And not just because I want to talk to him and read his poetry, but it seems like it's it would be worth the conversation. I mean, I know you don't think your friend took your aunt's dice, but I mean, maybe your aunt doesn't think you took her dice. And you know, people that we love sometimes do bad things to us, even if they think that it's okay.
Or your friend could just be a dick.
He is not a dick. Thank you.
I'm saying he could be.
Your friend just
But-
does poetry?
For the most part, he dabbles in a few other things, but poetry and the spoken word is his forte.
Music?
Please don't ask him to sing. He thinks he's a lot better than he is.
But no instruments.
No, yeah.
No.
Iris
He'll
just
tell
looks
you that he
forlornly
can.
at her
No.
instruments that she's not supposed to be playing right now.
I mean, maybe just not the lute.
Yeah, he's really excited about it as you guys walk. He's like, yeah, he's really excited about the new form of poetry came up. He says it's very rhythmic. It's got like a good snapping beat to it. Yeah, he says it's gonna be all the rage soon. Everyone's gonna enjoy it. Yeah.
Those are called songs.
Well, no, it's not I suppose you could sing it, but it's supposed to be spoken. He says it's supposed to be spoken. I don't know anything about poetry.
Well, do you know the probability that it'll be all the rage?
He kind of looks around, even though his friend's not here. I mean, probably only like 27%. It's not that great.
I mean, maybe he's trying to change his luck with your aunt's dice.
Yeah, but I didn't tell him that. We have an unspoken agreement that I don't talk to him about his poetry. He doesn't talk to me about the odds.
Do you just give unsolicited odds to everybody else that doesn't ask you for them?
Well, that's my gift. And I want to share my gift in order to help people make the best decisions possible.
He was able to give that back. How do I get a deal like that?
Well, if you just want to go through life not knowing what the odds are, not having any idea which choice to make, I suppose that's on you.
I think I've done all right so far.
He kind of like looks you up and down. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You
And
know,
like puffs his hat up. Adjusts his
that's
little
gonna
jacket.
look so good on me. You know, if they're your aunt's special dice, maybe she can track them some way. You should just fess up to it. You're probably gonna get yelled at either way.
No. Oh, I'm sure she can find them, but the goal is to find them first.
But she
That's
could
the
just
goal.
tell you where they're at, and then we could go get them and save us this trouble.
The amount of trouble that I would experience by fessing up does not end in my favor. So let's just find the dice.
Does it end in our favor?
Probably.
Okay, thanks.
Anything's better
Well-
than this.
Well, overall, finding the dice does end in your favor, yes. But I don't have the ability to tell the means in which we get to that end conclusion.
Well, I mean, if you're scared, we could just tell your aunt for you that you lost her dice that you stole.
I'm not scared.
But I think you are.
It's about respect and righting a wrong. That's all it's about. And he just like walks a little bit faster so he's not walking next to you.
You guys, don't you think it was really disrespectful that he stole her dice in the first place? Now he wants us to clean up his mess. We should just tell her if she can find them, then she can find them and we can get them for her.
We're here now. He yells from like 7 feet away or so.
Iris is such a bad pirate.
Rhodes,
No,
how
she's
long
a
has it?
great pirate.
She is.
Um,
How long's it been
it's
since we
really
started?
it's been like bordering 3 hours. So like this place is fairly big.
Right.
But it's not that big that it would be inconceivable that like a bar crawl could happen like through all of the islands, other than
Okay.
people like passing off, like dropping off the bridge in drunken stupors is obviously a risk. But it's a small enough, tight enough community place that yeah, you can traverse it fairly easily end to end
Okay.
if you need to.
All right. Yeah, I guess
And
we'll continue.
Yeah.
And so he indicates another building. And this one has a nice sign that says the Scuttle Brewery, and it has a picture of a tap on the sign as well. And you enter in and you just see what looks like this is a nice little bar. It's got an array of drinks behind. There's several tables. Like this is a pretty good place. I definitely would want to visit this place next time I come through, not with Dickhead with us. And you step in and, barkeep glances up and goes, are there any halflings there?
No.
No.
And go ahead and give me a perception check, everyone.
10.
17.
14.
Oh, fucking A. 8.
Most of you are just kind of like confused by the question. You're like, no.
No.
Current, you start to say no and you're looking around and you notice two halflings sitting at a table in the corner, like giggling, but like trying to be quiet. And they like gesture you like, "Shh, don't tell him."
I kind of wink at them. No?
But you guys indicate no, and he's like, all right, good. Can't have the sneaky bastards in here. Don't know what they're gonna do. But yeah, anyone not a halfling, come on in. You're more than welcome.
Sir, you should know that I am a satyr, but I am not sneaky, and I am not a halfling.
She's not sneaky.
Oh no, yeah, I can see you, so I know you're not a halfling.
She kind of like grabs one of her horns.
What about our friend over here? And I point toward.
He's definitely not a halfling. He's like a 1 and a halfling.
Say
And
that
goes,
part out loud.
Oh, yeah, he looks pretty familiar. He was here last night, wasn't he? Yeah, he was the one with the dice, right?
The one with the
Yeah. 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 That's nice.
How'd
And
things
he just
go?
kind of turns around.
How'd things go last night?
Oh, that was a pretty normal night. I had my assistant, not here right now, kick out some goddamn sneaky little fucking halflings that came in. Assholes. But for the most part, no, seemed like a normal night. Good crowd, a lot of energy. Made some money. Why?
Nothing unusual going on.
I mean,
Crowd not rowdier than normal.
it's Pirate Town. There's a certain level you just kind of expect.
Is there a bard here?
At my bar? Nah. Sometimes people will travel through and perform, but nobody that performs here regularly.
Was there one with him when he came in?
Yeah, he had a friend, kept trying to talk to people. I mean, I don't know if he was having a very good effect, but yeah, he was real chatty.
Did he seem interested in the dice?
Well, everybody seemed interested in the dice. He kept managing to make, like, shit happen. So, everybody was pretty interested, thought it was kind of cool. But you get all sorts of weird magical things that come through here. You never know what someone's gonna find on an island, a good ship haul. Yeah. And he kind of gets this far off look in his eye, like he's remembering his own, like, halcyon days of glory before he got old and retired to running a bar.
Before he took an arrow to the knee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I roll an insight check on him? Because this is like the most different, like, this is so much more different than any of the other accounts we've had so far. Ooh, I'll take that 19.
He seems pretty sincere. He's not hiding anything. He definitely doesn't want any fucking halflings in his bar.
Weird. But okay.
But other than that, yeah, he's, as you said, it's oddly, he's the only person who's not just majorly upset to see Clysil. He just seems like he was another patron in his bar. He got us some drinks. Things got a little rowdy, but not too crazy, and meh. Shit happens.
Looks like this was the only bar that you actually didn't piss anyone off in.
I am very easy to get along with.
About 90% of the
about
people
that.
we've talked to so far today would disagree with you.
Well, maybe they just woke up on the wrong side of the bed.
Any memories, thoughts?
I know I was in here. I don't think I went anywhere after.
So they have to be here. Do you remember what time? Was it this morning? Did you wake up? You didn't wake up here.
No. 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 No, I definitely woke up in a private establishment.
I turn to the bartender and ask if he minds if we have a look around. It seems those dice have gone missing.
Did you wake up in one of those houses of lady favors that I've heard about?
Well, I mean, they have favor in the name.
So did you
yeah.
have lady favors last night? Maybe they took the dice. Maybe you paid with the dice. You were probably like, I'm so cool, there's a probability that I'm going to pay with these dice, even though they're my aunt's and she's going to get mad at me, but I'll pay you with them for your favors. Maybe you did that.
I am not sure that I appreciate the implication or the tone that you're using. But no, I don't believe that I would do that even in my inebriated state. The respect and love that I have for my aunt would stop me from doing anything of that sort.
Consider that you don't remember most of the night. I call that into question.
Yeah. It wasn't very respectful to borrow them without asking in the first place, was it? She puts her hands on her hips, like, probably looks up at him because she's short.
Well, why don't we get to the matter at hand? He just kind of turns around and starts going off into one of the corners to start kind of digging through things, ignoring especially Iris. Like, really?
I rolled a 12 investigation.
All right. If everyone else wants to roll, go ahead as you kind of look around.
I'm gonna kind of meander towards the halflings, not like being like just walking straight up, but kind of just like when little kids are hiding and like you pretend that you don't see them, like that kind of thing. Just like really acting nonchalant about it as I'm looking around. Ooh,
Rolled a 9 investigation.
I see
I get
nothing.
distracted
though.
by something shiny on the wall, probably.
I rolled a 5.
I followed her because I rolled a 6.
Jesus Christ, that's great
We're so
stuff.
good.
We're so good
Um,
at this.
You guys look around. I don't see anything thus far. But give me perception checks along with that.
That's better. 21.
Oh, fuck me. 8.
20.
Did you lose something? Did you lose your
You drop
dice?
a dice.
10.
The two 20-somethings. You both you're looking and you're not having luck so far, but you suddenly get very distracted because you feel the building almost shake. And you're kind of like, what? But you also kind of question, like, did I actually experience that? And you kind of pause again. And you wait a breath. And then you feel it again, just a little bit stronger, with this sound of water hitting a wall.
Oh no.
Oh. Are there
Is there like
windows
a-
in the building?
I was gonna
Like
say, is
where
there a
we are.
drink nearby? Is there like a drink nearby that I can look at to see if the liquids go in like that?
The
Yeah,
glasses.
you're not too far from those halflings that are pretending they're not there. And they do have a drink each in front of them, and you can see the water kind of moving, and they're just kind of looking around like, the hell is this?
Gail, I can't swim.
That's a
Sorry.
serious problem for today.
And for being a pirate.
And for being a pirate.
Had to make some choices this morning. Didn't pick water walk, sorry.
And
It's cool, just like linked up arms. We're good.
and the bar keeps kind of like, what the hell is
Yeah.
going on outside? And he kind of walks over to the door, sticks his head out, and goes, that ain't good.
Mm?
What's not good?
I stick
Yeah.
my head outside.
And now that like he's made it very clear there's a problem, and you guys can see even the halflings kind of run to the door and like peek between your legs.
Everyone's like,
And you can see right in the water, like pretty darn close. You see another set of wave come over, and then you guys kind of all feel the water this time as it hits the building and hits you guys, and you see a fucking mammoth tentacle come out of the water as well behind it and slam down, thankfully missing the island itself, but kind of slams down like right in between the two islands. And yeah, you're in a building and you're a little bit inland, but like that is still way too close for comfort for
Those
that
are
to be
so-
occurring.
those are not
It's
supposed to
way
be
bigger than
here.
yours.
That's what she said.
Hey. Something
Maybe we
something
should
motion
go.
of the ocean.
I think that one makes more motion.
Yeah. This isn't good.
Maybe barman. I'm sorry, I don't remember your name. But did you see him leave with his dice?
I don't know. I don't actually remember him leaving. I know we settled up, but other than that, I got the money and I wasn't paying attention anymore.
Maybe we should check the ladies that you were with.
And as you say that, another tentacle rises up, smacks down again. This time,
God.
still in the water in between, but a little bit closer to the island this time, and more water splashes up at you guys. And Clystilla's like, look, I don't think that it was the ladies I spent time with. And he like steps outside the door, and he looks down and he goes, "Wait a minute." And he points off, and you can see, kind of at the edge of the bridge, a familiar bard playing the lute.
Yeah, what?
And you see Kleisel look at him, and then he looks at the very disturbed water, and he goes, 97.2% chance he's the cause of this. Pointing at Skippy Jack.
Fucking Skippy Jack.
How long has
Motherfucker.
it been since the encounter with the hags?
20-30 minutes.
I still have my magical cannon because it lasts an hour. I will take this shot at disadvantage if you'd like, but I am going to try and shoot the lute to get it
Okay.
to stop playing.
Okay, I was concerned as to who and what you were planning on shooting, and I was going to remind you that you're a 5th level party.
And this guy controls
But hey, it's a one shot.
Yeah, it's a one shot. It has to end somehow.
Yeah, and it's
yes,
gotta
go
end
ahead.
soon.
What's the range on your cannon?
I'm looking that up right now.
As you're like preparing your cannon, I won't take out my lute since I was asked not to play it, but I will take out the lyre and just like drum a little song that kind of sounds like, I don't know, 21 Guns. And
Yeah.
120, and give you inspiration.
How far away is he?
He is probably... He's standing about here. He's got to be a good, like, 150 to 200 feet away. Still where he's standing.
Okay.
I don't think the Eldritch Cannon has that kind of range.
However, my Eldritch Blast does.
How far were we saying? 150?
150, 200
Yeah,
feet.
your Eldritch Blast has what, like 300 feet?
300 feet with that.
Yeah, 300 feet if you take the one.
The spear
That you
evocation. Nasty,
You're just like,
man.
yes.
I love Warlock.
I know. It's the
I love them
best.
so much.
Honestly, just almost anything with just like just a couple level dip into Warlock. You're like,
It's
and
so
now
good.
I have Mage Armor and Eldritch Blast, and I'm good.
And I'm good. I'm set.
Yeah.
Let's go. I only get 2 spell slots a day, but I don't fucking care.
Yeah, but you get unlimited Eldritch Blasts.
The
You have
force,
700 cantrips.
Trips. Yeah.
the Force Ballista has a range of 120, so I
Okay.
would not be close enough.
So yeah, so fuck it. Silver Eyes kind of mucking with his cannon, trying to do it, and Current looks at the big fucking tentacle and looks at this fucking bard, is like, hey, that's my shtick. God damn it.
With my god.
You don't fuck with my god. And she will reach out, like step next to Silver Eye and reach out and Eldritch Blast. Aiming for the loot. But I mean, if it knocks him on his ass or it gets him to at least stop playing, it is what it is.
All right.
So let's see if this overshoots him. Ooh, that's a 24.
Ooh.
Yeah, you hit him. For show.
Stupid
You can roll damage if you'd
things.
like.
Yeah, sure, why not? Because I'm an idiot. Oh, fuck, 12 points of damage.
You get him, you hit the loot. It goes through the loot.
Uh-oh.
It hits him.
Uh-oh.
And he gets kind of like knocked back, and he was like, I was trying to get it to stop. I told you it wasn't safe.
I look at fucking Clysil. 97 point what percent?
Clisso's like, I don't look. Whatever his curse did, it brought that. But we are going to need bigger guns than that. And he points to Silver Eye. Help me find the dice.
Can I
Okay.
just
We
like
need Lady Luck on our side now.
kind of look up in the air, just like sigh, exasperated with this motherfucker, and be like, Miss Luck, Madam Luck, your nephew is here and he's lost your dice and he says you're a goddess, so I hope you can hear me and I hope you're not down there so I'm shouting in the wrong direction. But we need your help finding them so we can get this tentacle monster to go over back to the ocean because I can't swim and I don't want to get pulled underwater.
Oh, Iris, I love you so much.
You yell all of this.
Mhm.
You wait
Yep.
a moment. There's no immediate response that you can tell. He's like, it doesn't work that way. Just find the dice. Find the
Alrighty.
dice. And he runs back into the bar to go ahead and give it another look. So if you all want to.
Yeah.
Anyone who's going to help him again,
I will help
do
him.
your investigation rolls.
Sam, go ahead and just roll it with advantage.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, Court. Probably better. One
Better.
of us.
I
16.
only have a +1. What do you have?
Neither,
Oh,
I have
16
+1.
plus a d4.
Neither of us are that bright.
I'm
The
on
I
bless
rolled-
is
4.
probably worn off by now.
I rolled an
Uh-huh.
18, so 19.
It's not bless.
You're good.
Well, I don't know if I fail it, but I'm just gonna use it. Pact of the Talisman, I get a d4 to any ability check if I decide to use it. Technically, it's when I fail an ability check, but I'm just gonna burn it. And throw my d4. Let's try that
I
again.
saw that.
Damn.
I rolled a 19.
That shit went flying. 16 plus... Hey, 4. So, 20.
All
Miss
right.
Jackson.
You two run in, and as like you Irish, you're just like panicking, like, I don't know how to swim. I don't know how to swim. I gotta find these dice. I don't know how to swim.
trying
And
to
Sam,
keep
you're
her
like,
on
I'm
track.
not. Sam, you're like, I'm not playing these games. I know what my god is like, and I don't want to be on the bad end. Hell no.
Yeah.
And you two run in, and you end up searching. No luck by the tables, no luck by the stairs, anything. And you get behind the bar and you see Glint. You're like, what the fuck? And right in between two of the casks are the dice. And Clayso goes, I was dancing on the bar at one point in time.
Ha ha. I'll reach
That
in.
makes sense.
I'll reach in and I'll grab him.
All right. You found him. You can go ahead and roll him.
Hold up.
And you can roll 2d6.
I will hold him out to Iris. Blow on these for me, will you?
I strum my lute and I play a little song for you and I go, and then like, inspiration.
Hey. A 5 and a 2.
Okay. You roll the dice, and at first you're not quite sure. Like, nothing seems to immediately happen, except the building shaking again from another wave of water hitting it. And then you kind of glance around, and then you realize, like, it doesn't look like anyone's breathing. And you turn around again, and sitting on the bar, cross-legged with a cigarette in her hand, is Lady Luck herself. Oh, so he did take them, didn't he?
He did.
Told him that he stole them from you and it was really disrespectful. And I like try to like awkwardly curtsy and just say, "Milady?"
And you two, as the two that have interacted with the dice, are able to see her. Everyone else is almost like frozen in time, including Clysil. And she goes, well, a deal's a deal. You get one wish while I'm here. Make it good.
Look at Iris.
Yeah. There's lots of things that I wish for, but mostly I wish for that thing not to hurt people. People here hurt themselves enough already.
That's it? You just want it gone?
I look at Current, like knowing that you are the superior authority on the tentacled one, and just say, is there any other way?
I don't think so. Not without trying to fight it. Although, getting rid of... Oh my god, I'm blanking on that bard's name.
Skippy Jack.
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 Yeah.
Think of the peanut butter.
Yes. Getting rid of his curse. I don't know if it would get rid of the monster out there, though.
So, and she takes a drag of her cigarette. She's like, so, I'm gonna help you out here. You gotta be particular. But you essentially wish to end the curse that summoned the creature and allow the creature to retreat in peace after the curse is lifted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I could have said it better myself.
Well.
It is what you do.
Yeah. She smiles a little bit. She says, well, as I said, a deal's a deal. That's how the dice work. You do get one wish. I will be taking them back with me, though. And she holds her hand out.
I pick him up off the bar. And I place him on a roll.
Excellent. And please tell my nephew that he should probably find another person to stay with for a while.
Consider me
Maybe
your
he can stay
messenger.
at his. I tell Current maybe he can stay at his house of lady favors from now on.
And you have no real response from the goddess in front of you. And she just takes another puff of her cigarette. And as soon as you blink, she is gone. And listen, your friends are back to normal. To them, time has not passed. Nothing changed. But you listen for a beat, and you don't hear the sound of water against the building any longer.
Go check outside.
Yeah, run to the door.
When you guys run to the door, you see the water is still. Obviously, around you is still very wet from all the water that has been brought up, but the water itself, the ocean itself, is very still. You look in the water, you can't see anything out of the ordinary. No very large shapes in the water, in the depths. And everything just kind of seems quiet and at peace. And Clysil runs over. It's like, did you do it?
We did.
You have to find somewhere else to stay.
Oh.
She's not happy with you.
Oh. Okay, I guess I'll find someone else. Maybe my dad will let me stay with him again. He's like, well, I appreciate your help. You have technically fulfilled your end of the bargain. We never negotiated, not summoning the goddess herself. So technically you have succeeded. And he reaches in his pocket and pulls out another 4 pieces of those magical rune chalks and drops them in Curran's hand and says, well, I guess that's all. And he starts to step away.
Ah.
And the
You
hats.
owe me your hat,
Hat.
sir.
A pirate never forgets a deal.
I feel like that shouldn't be on the table anymore considering you summoned my aunt, but fine.
Well,
You
you
didn't
should have
say-
been more specific this morning.
You didn't say we couldn't summon her. You just said we had to help find the dice.
Yes. He takes it off, kind of pets it a little bit, and makes sure all the wonderful peacock feathers are perfectly arranged. He just kind of hands it over, looks away, can't even look at himself as he does it.
Put it on. And I begin playing a jaunty tune with my new hat on.
Well, it was a experience to do business with you. I imagine there's only about a 37% chance that we'll run into each other again. So I'll wish you well. Head off.
I take off the hat and give a deep bow and put it back on my head.
And you have successfully found the dice. You have magic rune chalk that with special magical abilities that can cause special magical effects. And you've saved the pirate town from the Kraken.
Yay!
And we get a month of free drinks.
Yes.
And you get a month of free drinks at a bar. The best part. Sorry. Should have listed that one too.
That was
Man, bar
fun.
drinks are expensive. That's legit. That was fun. That
was a
really
lot of
one
fun.
shot.
That was a good
Iris,
one.
Iris has a hat.
Iris has a hat.
She
Yes,
does.
Iris has
I
a
literally-
fancy hat.
We are taking
I
her
literally
shopping.
I literally couldn't figure out how a satyr would end up with pirates, so I was like,
No,
She's
that
not
I
was
on
love
ship.
it.
that was
No,
perfect.
That was great.
That was perfect.
That was really great.
I like this little group. This little
fun.
group of pirates. They're fun. That was
Yeah,
a blast.
Thank you guys for playing.
Yes.
Thank you for
Yes, thank you for running it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
No
thank you.
problem.
Hopefully next week we'll be back in Teldore.
Yes.
Back to the A plot.
Hey, plot.
Yes.
This is what at this point the Q team, I think,
Yeah,
is where we're at
I
this
think
point.
so.
That's how far done we are in the alphabet.
What we really should do is like pick a party
Yeah.
and like stick with it
Stick with
as
it.
the B plot.
Nah, this is more fun.
But yeah, so hopefully we'll be back next week with more Decisions and Dragons A plots. Considering we were in the middle of rolling for initiative.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh
we
yeah,
were.
that's
Well,
a
I'm
thing
not-
Yeah,
Yeah.
now.
last time
Yeah.
we were in the middle of a combat.
Yeah.
Yep. That's true.
Mhm.
But yeah.
Maybe Cujo does this to us on purpose, just to ratchet up the tension.
It's like a mid-season
Cliffhanger.
finale where like
Yeah.
you
So he
know
can keep building his map.
yeah. So
Or like the 2-part TV episodes.
Uh-huh.
don't give away
Mhm.
DM secrets, Rhodes.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh man.
But yeah, we'll be back for more next Wednesday. This Sunday will be probably more Deep Rock Galactic. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Make sure you check that out. We all of us finally have a promoted dwarf, so we can start doing deep dives.
Yeah. It's
Get
fucking
into
fun
some of the
game.
more interesting missions.
Fun AF game. I'm really enjoying it. But yeah. So and then maybe next weekend, I know this will probably get reiterated, but maybe next weekend some chill and build with that bonsai tree I bought.
Yeah.
Because we'll finally have a long weekend.
Yay.
Yay.
Yes. So
6-day weekend for me. I took half next week off.
damn. Damn.
Nice.
So jealous.
All right. Yeah, that's it. Everyone have a good night.
Yes. Have a good night.
And we'll
Thanks,
see you all
Internet.
later. Thanks,
Bye.
Internet.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.